Greetings, clubbers, and welcome to Saturday night Star Trek on Clobbering Times. Hey. All righty, my friends. That timed out well. How about that, huh? Love you. Great to see you. Number one, thanks for being here tonight.
I love you too. Thank you so much for having me. This is the best thing in my whole week. I've had a busy week of working away. I'm writing, and I'm so looking forward to hanging out with you and talking about Star Trek.
Yes, indeediousness. I cannot wait. We got a big one for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Well, right now, just gentlemen, probably, but I don't know.
Ladies and germs.
Yep, I'm sure hopefully some ladies will stop by. We'll have a bunch of mugs in there, but their mugs are okay too. Nah, yeah,
That's okay.
mugs.
I grew up a nerd. I'm used to the entire room being like 99% male, 1% female, and just nerding out in the nerdishness of nerding and nerding.
Well, unless indeedishness. That's what I can say to that. Unless I missed any, I may have missed anybody. Oh. Yeah, see the chat jumped on me, so I may have missed if there was a lady here. Let's see. Thought I saw one that I missed. Yeah, I'll get back
saw
to
a
it.
putty tat. I did saw a putty tat.
There we go. Well, I didn't, but we will probably. We hope. Um. Well. What is up, my friends? This is just. Well, does everyone know what day it is? This is Saturday Night Star Trek, so we have to acknowledge this day. After this, acknowledging this kind and generous super chat from the great J.T. Kirk, of course,
goodness.
for $5, J.T. Kirk. Thank you so much. He says you haven't read short stories by M. Briggs until you've read them all in the original. Read them in the, I should say, in the original Klingon.
Shall JT Kirk?
Thank you.
Should I translate them into Klingon?
Yes.
I am able to do that. If you would like me to translate a story into Klingon and make it available through Amazon, I can totally do that through Amazon Kindle. Also, JT Kirk, thank you for supporting this show. Thank you for supporting this channel.
Thank you,
know
JT.
what? More importantly, you are such a wonderful person, and you're so clever and so great to be around. It is a true honor to have someone like you supporting my work. It truly means a lot to me. Thank you, JT Kirk.
Indeedishness, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you. Yes, but today, everyone, is a very special day for Star Trek fans. 40 years today.
It is.
Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
How old do you feel right now? I know I feel old.
I was 18. Well, I was a little bit short of 18 years old. I was 17, going on 18 when I went to see this that morning on that fateful Friday morning. And I just, wow. I mean, this is, whichever is your favorite film, this is arguably the most popular of them all and the most well reviewed of them all and well regarded one of them all, and I dearly love it. So 40 freaking years. Can you imagine? 40 years.
I remember all of them. I remember every single year of those 40 years.
Yeah. I'm glad somebody was older than me. D-Bud was older than me, and so was Raymond, right, Raymond?
I don't like to give my age on the internet because it's a security risk. However, I will say that I am around the half-century mark. And so this was a huge movie for me. I absolutely loved it. And certainly the SETI eels gave me pause, and things were stuffed into my ears so that I didn't have any SETI eel problems while I was sleeping.
Yep. Absolutely is this. So happy birthday to the Wrath of Khan. I don't know why they're waiting all the way till September to put it at the Fathom event, but I can't wait to go see it. That'll be fun.
You guys are so spoiled in the States. You got the TMP and the 4K. Sorry. Now you've got this. Hey. Boo! Times like these, I hate being Canadian. Boo! This is like one of those nights when Mark is enabling and I can't access things. And then he comes to my rescue and he's like, I'll get it for you. He's the best.
I'm sorry. Wow, JT Kirk, we're the same age, huh? I was running a comic shop. Go ahead, Eric K. Run with that one.
I'll take you to the comic shop.
Yeah, but I took that day off, of course.
Can I
I'm gonna-
horseshack this a moment? I would just like to, without revealing too much information, because I don't like to do that because it's unsafe. I would just like to congratulate my offspring, who is at the World Championships of billiards in Las Vegas, Nevada,
Wow.
on this night, and won fourth place. So
Oh
to my
my.
offspring, who is walking away from the World Championships, having played folks from all over the world in billiards, winning fourth and winning a gorgeous Charlie. That's what the coveted award is called. It's called a Charlie. I just want to say to the offspring, I love you. I'm incredibly proud of you. I saw you on the streams. I just think it's fantastic. I know I've already said this to you 1,000,000 times, but I am so incredibly proud of you. Great play, and congratulations on that world title.
Fantastic. Congrats to my wonderful first officer's offspring.
Dun, 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 dun.
And the other great thing that happened this week is I'm just over the moon about the Orville being back. What a wonderful, 3.5 years, and he's managed not to disappoint. Thank you, Seth MacFarlane, Tom Constantino, Brandon Braga, all you guys, and of course the whole cast. Thanks for bringing Star Trek back, even under an assumed name though it is. We have Star Trek again, thanks to these wonderful people at the Orville. So, and I loved it. I've watched it a couple of times, and even to help, and because I want to help with the ratings, because that's crucial.
Please do.
I sometimes just turn my phone app on and just let it play, even if I'm doing something, anything to help.
Yeah, get that attention economy working and massaging this beautiful thing. Make sure you throw all of those hashtags at it, and you're clicking and liking and following and creating, getting all those vanity metrics tallied and adding to that attention economy, because what you're doing is you're showing the corporations what you want to see. You're casting your vote, and of course letting them know, demonstrating very strongly what you like and what you don't like.
Well, let's go ahead and I'll get my show notes out of the way so we can say our hellos and then get a move on for tonight.
Let's do it.
Let's see here. What do we got? Show notes. Where'd I put mine? Okay. First of all, Iconicon. The date has been moved for my Iconicon panel that I'll be hosting for the wonderful Retro Blasting, my friends at Retro Blasting Iconicon 2, actually, to June 30th, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. 9 p.m. Eastern. That's crucial because they live there in that time zone, so everything's on the Eastern time. And it is, of course, there is the info on it. I will be hosting it with the great Michael French of Retro Blasting, and of course Matt of Chasing 80s, and Jeff of Chasing 80s, and Matt of Endless Bullets podcast. Some great friends of Michael's and great guys. One, I think Scuba Pete. I think you are familiar with those gentlemen as well.
Yay.
So, indeed, thank you so much, everybody. And let's see here. Other show note. There we go. I forgot to put up one of my pictures. But anyway, also the only other show note is Monday Night Moxie Comics Talk. Just a little open comics conversation with my wonderful, beautiful friend Purple Valkyrie. So,
Lady PV, shout out to the marvelous Lady PV.
Indeedishness. Let me. When we're about to say our hellos, let me write down two more names because I'm in a rush there to get as many as I can. So we can say hello to all of you wonderful people out there, because that's important to us to be able to do that. Let's see. And all right, man, I hope I'm not missing anybody, because the things goes fast on me. All right, so hello to the great Comic Relief Crusader, who was the first one in today.
Hello.
Yay. What's up, dude? Okay, let's see here. Also, the wonderful Sandra Feliciano.
Hello.
Good to see you, Sandra.
No kissing at the con.
That's not my rule. That's the first officer.
No, just kidding. I don't mind if they just give each other a kiss, but no making out on the bridge. This is your XO speaking.
Boy, I just don't know what to think about that.
I love teasing them. I think it's so cute that they've been married so long and they still blow each other kisses in the chat. Just a couple of marvelous people, the Felicianos. Everyone say hello to Raymond and Sandra Feliciano. Good evening.
I don't know. I've seen Raymond misbehave a couple times. She had to smack him upside his head. Just saying. Just kidding. The great Eric Kane, Braster of the Wrench Bronze. What's up, Bronze Wrencher? Good to see you, buddy.
Hello, handsome.
Nirat, by our friend Nirat and Max Amanda Bear, I just saw you ask that question. Yes, the Orville will be one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome to our friend Nirat and Max Amanda Bear.
Good
okay,
evening.
Let's see. Gwagnar, good to see you. Let's go.
Gwagnar.
A new friend, Tim the Enchanter. Hello there.
Ooh,
good to see you,
Tim,
my friend. Thank you.
The Enchanter.
I don't know if he's still here, but he did pop up earlier. Our fantastic, amazing, superheroic friend, J-Man.
Hey, J-Man.
Yes,
he's
indeed.
Such a good friend. Such a loyal friend.
He's a great friend indeed.
Yeah.
Phantom Outsider was a man. Was a big man. I'm sorry.
Phantom Outsider. Oh,
Michael,
Jason's still here. Hey, Jay.
Jay. Michael Beacom was in. He said he wouldn't be able to just hang with the chat, but he may be lurking there. Good to see you, my friend.
Did you hear what he said?
Here? No. What?
Well, you know what I mean. Like when you're reading. Yeah. I always feel like I'm like we're in a busy con cafeteria area and we're all talking. I try and read every single thing everyone says. And Michael Beacom said that his partner actually listens. She listens along with us. But she doesn't participate in the chat.
Okay.
So I would just like to say hello to Michael Beacom's lady. Hey.
Well, hello, Michael Beacom's lady. If you're hearing us, it is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. Who else? And they call him Scuba Pete. What's up, buddy?
Scuba Pete! And Leslie and family. I love you all.
Yep, indeed. It's good to see you there, bro. Let's see here. Pop Culture Curator. Hello there, my friend. Good to see you.
Pop, pop, pop.
Our great super friend himself, Kal-El.
The real soup.
Super one. What's up, buddy? The extraordinary, enigmatic drop bear. What is up, my friend?
The erudite bear.
See you.
Going to be dropping the mic tonight. And ooh, we have a new person. Did you get that name?
I got it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Anytime you see a brand new one or what, you could if you see it, and I don't just start just in case.
Brand spanking new.
Yes, indeed. You don't have to now, but I mean, from now on, if you do see one, you don't think I got it. D. Bud Martin, Man of Iron. Good to see you there, buddy. Hope you're feeling better, man. Hope you're doing well, bud. Zathras is here.
Crap.
JT Kirk, our dear friend. Great to see you.
My love to you, honey. Thank you.
J25. Hey.
Hey.
I had the Catman, aka Dee Dee Myers. I hope you and your lovely wife and family are doing well, my friend.
Hello, sweet peeps. Catman do.
He is the greatest of the greatest superhero of the globe. This side of J-Man himself. He is Hungry Boy, who is going by the name tonight. I gotta find his new name because
did you see the art he was putting up on Twitter today?
I did not. I haven't looked at Twitter today.
Oh my goodness!
I can't see his new name because it jumped on me anyway.
He is ridiculously talented, like ridiculous.
Hungry. Oh, he's amazingly talented. He's a great foul too. Hungry Boy is hungry for more Orville, aka good writing. Aren't we all, man?
All right, baby. All right. Yeah. He tagged Nick in it. Our friend, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Really outstanding art. Just love Hungry Boy.
Indeed, Hungry Boy is the man. The great master of the Limerick Max Redstone.
Dun, 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 dun.
When a visitor who's always welcome. Great to see the great Brandon, the anime guy. And if you're an anime fan, please check out his channel. I believe there's a link in my description, but I can't remember now. But if there's not any, if any mod could get a link in there, Brandon's channel.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
I thought I had, but I can't remember now because I haven't updated that lately. The great Steve Mitchin, Madam's daddy. What's up, buddy?
Maddie's daddy, Thor in Vegas.
Parrot Head, what's up? Wasting away.
Yay!
Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you, Parrot Head.
Pleasant Valley Picker, hey.
BC.
Indeed. Terrell 72. Good to see you, Tyrell, that is.
Either
Doing
or.
okay. Either or. It works. You know, you can handle it either way. JD Lewis, my friend, great to see you.
Evening.
Apollome's Minion and
The pupperoni, the pupper, the truck dog, the official pupperoni of Saturday Night Star Trek. Make sure you follow Simi. She's a cute little puppy, and she has her own YouTube channel, and it's a good channel, I hear.
And a fantastic, one of our greatest pals ever, the great Chris Persia has popped in.
Hello, sweetheart.
What's up, my friend, the great Canadian Wrench? And a new friend has popped in, Lynn Rod.
Nice.
Lynn Rod, welcome. It is good to see you. We always like it when new friends pop in. Anyone out there who happens to be lurking or happens to be listening to this on a replay, be it a watch or just listening, either way, I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm honored to have you checking the show out. And I hope you will, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking like and all that good stuff and leaving comments or telling us you hate the channel. And I'll even like that because that's contact and hey, it's honest.
Yes,
So,
we would appreciate that.
But
And
thank
while
you.
we're on
Yes.
that topic, I would just like to give a shout out to a friend who I think has had a change in work schedule or something's going on. I'm not going to speculate because, he's not here to speak for himself. However, he is missed and is always watching the show. And and we miss you.
Yes. If you're hearing this, yes, we miss you, buddy.
Oh, and while I still have the floor, no one talk about the Orville. None of you, because Len Rod didn't get to see it yet. So
yeah, no spoilering. Yes, we love the Orville, and I'm just so happy it's back, and that's put me in a good mood. So, and boy, did I need it when that came out. But anyway, all right, anyone else pops in, we will definitely do our best to acknowledge them. We were going to get along with the show now. Yes, for those wondering, we do have a show. Will Ash return for Deep Space Nine? I hope so, JT, but I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. And I should also let everyone know, as your XO, that anti-derivative Jill, our communications officer, she is tied up. This was something that happened that was surprise. Nothing is amiss. Everything is fine, but she will be absent this evening and sends her best regards to everyone and says, I want to be there.
Oh, well, we love you, Jill, if you happen to hear this later or whatever. The great Mark D with the C did pop in, though. There he is. At least one of our crew members is here. There he is. Good to see you there, Duder.
And you, Mark D with a C, I need to talk. I need to speak with you. I've been writing all week, so you and I have not been doing the walkie-talkie with Clobby as much as we usually do, because I'm writing, and my writer's block is gone, so I'm writing. But anyway, I thought it was pretty incredible. I sent you money to send out the socks to the viewers. I did not send enough money for you to also buy books. And wow, you are my American outreach ambassador, and you organize all of that for me as an American sending stuff to Americans. I just wanted to thank you on air and just say what a wonderful person I think you are for pitching in and making sure that the Dadman clan got a copy of the book. That's so sweet of you. It's just so sweet and so generous. Thank you for jumping in the trenches with me and sending out gifts in our community. I really appreciate you. I think you're a stand-up dude, and I'm proud to call you my friend.
Thank you for that, great Mark D with the CR chief engineer. Hopefully, we'll get to, if he has the time, we will hang with him a little bit later after the show, if he is so inclined. Thank you all. Let us get us started up right now. Anyone else pops in, we'll definitely acknowledge him. Basically, Saturday Night Star Trek, for those who may just be uninitiated or may just be joining us, or if you're listening out there, you're just popping across just from catching the channel. My wonderful first officer, R.M. Briggs, and I have undertaken a mission. It's called the 735 Club. That's because all of legitimate real Star Trek, which is, as you probably know if you're a true Star Trek fan, is from 1966 to 2005 only. Nothing else with the label of Star Trek on it produced after that point is actual legitimate Star Trek by the big corporations. I mean, I have every respect for some of the fan films and stuff, even though they don't count as canon either. I respect those people, so I don't want to lump them in with the trash. But the anything corporate Star Trek after 2005 is filth. It's not Star Trek, and so we're only going to review the real stuff. We reviewed all of the original series, then the animated series, the original crew films, and we are now smack dab in the middle somewhere of Star Trek The Next Generation Season 7. So we're getting close to the end of that. We have 4 episodes a week, usually when we're in the midst of a season. And tonight we have 4 episodes for you. My wonderful first officer has what we call the big brick, the block text, which is her reference guide for our reviews of the episodes. And I will now turn over the floor or the con to her, and she will explain a little bit about that book, and then we will proceed to review our 4 episodes. Go, number 1.
Yeah, well, we're using this text because it's written by this woman named Paula M. Block, and she's a prolific writer. Hey, Dadman,
sorry about that. I didn't want to leave him on. Go ahead.
And she's a prolific writer for Star Trek. The thing is that she provides original source material, so original interviews. She's not going around getting this user-generated information. And many of you know that our beloved Star Trek is definitely, suffering right now under that user-generated resourcing that's done online. A lot of it is being polluted by the filth, and a lot of it, even before the filth, was plagued by, factoid and fan lore. So when we read from the block text, we use it as a launching off point. It's a terrific way of handling this. It gives us a little bit of summary, and it helps us to dispel rumors. It helps us to uncover things that maybe we might not have known before. But what it ultimately does is it facilitates this show. And this show is all about us coming together as Trekkies. And Trekkers. If you're a Trekker, you're welcome here as well. But we're here to discuss Star Trek organically, as though we are together. So we will not be going through scene by scene and doing a review. We're going to do the summary. We're going to read from the text. And then I'm going to talk about my notes, and Clobby's going to talk about how he feels about things. And then we're going to do something that we absolutely love. It's a rare thing on YouTube. We throw it over to the chat. Yeah, that's right. We ask you to rank the episode right along with us, and then we put your comments and your rating up on the marquee. And we do that because we just love this community, and we're here to celebrate Star Trek and to celebrate our love for it. Good evening, Dave G. Sound.
Dave G. Sound, what's up?
He just walked through the door.
Welcome. Alrighty. Well, is we ready now?
We's ready, boss.
All right, folks. Our first episode of the evening is. Are you ready? Is everyone ready?
Oh, barf.
I wish Jill was here. I thought she was. I did this for her, but that's okay. All right, everyone. The first episode is Sub Rosa. What? Hey, Maze Richard, Lord Thoth is here.
Hey, LT and Mrs. LT. Maze.
And Mrs. LT and Maze Richard. Hey. What? Did I do something wrong?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's just, it does reflect the episode. Let's face it, it reflects the episode.
I thought that's exactly what happened.
Sub Rosa, obviously, also meaning the secret rose. This is season 7.
Now I like it better. Sorry, good.
This is season 7, episode 14. This will be the first one we review tonight, the first of 4. This episode first aired on television on January 31st, 1994. And you can all raise your hands if you were there to originally watch it.
I'm not admitting it if I did.
Well, unfortunately, all of you know that I rewatch Star Trek starting on January 1st every year in chronological order. Wow. So I've seen this episode many times.
What's wrong with you?
Well, I do fold laundry while I watch this episode.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're tipping our hand. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. So let's get into it, shall we, boss? I'm going to be
Yes, ma'am.
reading excerpts from Star Trek 365, The Next Generation, written by Paula M. Block. She gets a bit of help from her husband, Terry J. Erdman. He's a writer in his own right, but he's riding second chair here. And of course, this book receives the blessing of everyone involved in acting and producing and directing TNG. So it's a wonderful source. Now, like I said earlier, this is an entirely organic show. We don't discuss the episodes, we don't discuss our reviews, and I do not pre-read the text. So that means I'm reading extemporaneously, which means it's not going to be polished perfect. So there. Please turn your hymnal to page 336, where I'm going to read from. Sub Rosa.
A top tenor, by the way. A top tenor, by the way, Lord. Oh, just kidding.
I'm going to die. While attending her grandmother's funeral on Caldos 4, Beverly Crusher is seduced by a ghost-like alien life form that has romanced the women of her family for centuries. When she abruptly resigns her post on the Enterprise and announces her intention to remain on Caldos, Picard steps in to find out the truth about Crusher's phantom lover. Not really a fan favorite. Well, that's the understatement of the century. Not really a fan favorite, but the people who worked on Sub Rosa had a good time. From the Department of Disinterred Memories. Maybe a bodice-ripping gothic haunted house romance featuring Beverly Crusher was a little out there for our show, writer Brandon Braga admits. I was obsessed with the movie The Innocents, which was based on The Turn of the Screw, one of my favorite novels. I thought we could pull it off. We ended up with an interesting experiment. Most of my Star Trek fans still make fun of me for it. Renee Echevarria still likes to recite a line of technobabble I put in Ronan's mouth. I can travel on the power transfer beam. Technobabble combined with gothic romance, just sublimely absurd. I loved doing it, but really a spectacular failure, he admits. I loved it, states production designer Richard James. We created a little church on the hill on stage 16. I had to build the entire set on a platform because we needed to be able to lower the coffin into the ground. The platform was quite high, probably 20 feet at the point on the hill, and the church was above it. We built enough wall and front entrance that when the actors were walking up toward the grave, you could still see the church and the buttress and the stained glass windows. I wanted an enormous oak tree with an iron gate. Well, you can't travel a big tree, so you bring in a trunk and then you hang branches from a grid. And, of course, you have to shoot it before all the greenery goes bad. Gates was fabulous, and she looked spectacular, notes director Jonathan Fakey Pants. And Duncan Rieger brought some real sex to the table. Oh my God, did she just put that in writing?
What?
Anyway, the episode was big on candles, which made cinematographer Jonathan West and me very happy because we were outside our safety zone for lighting. Any set we hadn't been in before became the thing that we most looked forward to. It was a wonderful, out-of-the-box, non-Star Trek episode. Oh, you admit it! You admit it!
Well, thanks for admitting it.
And that is all the blog text has to say about Sub Grossa, my secret gross. So throwing it over to you, Captain, what did you think of the episode and what did you think of the coverage?
Coverage was a little weird, but look, Duncan Regehr, there's a little picture you can see of him as Zorro when he was on that old Jesus Channel Zorro show. The dude's got class, good actor. I mean, he looked like he did not want to be there, this garbage. He was cool, even though that was kind of a sanitized Zorro. Hey there, Wolfie.
Wolfie! Ow, ow, ow!
Hey, what's up? So, you know, poor old Duncan, but Jesus God. Again, this is an old. I guess how many times have I said this? Just doing TNG since we've been doing it. How you look at how this idea comes across your desk, and you don't. I want to see what they did turn down to make this. It actually makes me go, Can that be in a pile? And it's the other ones in the pile worse than this shit? I mean,
Did you say
go,
poop?
Yeah, I was like, let me look at it and go, hey, in all seriousness, you're like, yeah, let's do that, Brannon. How about who makes this decision? And you know, you talk a lot about Gene. No way he does this if he's in charge.
No.
Now, not that he can't make a bad episode either. Bad episode's one thing. Okay, I can take a bad episode. That it's just they didn't do things. As I say all the time, they maybe didn't execute something well. Whatever ideas they had, they did it in a flawed way. Their pacing, whatever. This is something that does not belong in Star Trek ever. Yep. And this idea that this creature has for like hundreds of years tortured the Howard women, and we're just supposed to be, well, you know, these wacky aliens. Hey, these wacky antiphasic, whatever the God, it is this no. Go write a friggin' Harlequin romance novel, jackass.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's like
so
like
bad.
Someone with a broken brain tried to rewrite Wuthering Heights
and put it in a science fiction context.
It's terrible. It's a green wet dream. It's a green wet dream. It's what it is.
It is poo-poo mixed with pee-pee, as my good friend Ace and I would say. So it's such a
Wolfie, could you please take the tarp off the Clawbony? Thank you.
Oh, Wolfie. We might as well just get that out of the way for old time's sake. We're not even going to wait for anybody to review it. We'll still review it, but you know, I think it might be time right now.
Crap.
So go for it with your notes. We're gonna knock this one out quick because we spent a lot of time doing a lot of other stuff. This episode, other than our ridicule and our scorn, it doesn't deserve a lot of our time.
It doesn't.
Nobody write. Hey, look, for this once, I'm gonna say you don't really have to write an epic unless you just feel like it, or an epic. If you just say what a piece of crap it is, let's get this out of our life. How about that? That's a favor to me.
Yeah.
By the way, write whatever you want to write. I'm just saying I'm going to be quick with mine. So go ahead with your notes, and then we'll get.
Okay. Well, hold your fire. I will give after the captain gives the word. I will let you know when you're allowed to fire at will, but don't fire at will. Hold your fire.
Yep.
Okay. So if you're new here, when the boss talks about my notes, it's because I do rewatch Star Trek from beginning to end, the whole 735 every year. And so I was thinking to myself, what could I add to this if we're going to have this really organic conversation? Well, when I rewatch the episodes, I actually take out an actual piece of paper and an actual pencil, and I take notes. And I just say what I'm thinking or things that I know about the show that are confirmed and so on and so forth. So here are those old-timey notes. I wrote no in yelling all caps, underlined it 3 times, and then left an exclamation point. Bad story, bad writing, bad acting. The Bev and Jean-Luc scene is a gag fest.
Oh.
Bad directing. This is not science fiction. It is gothic horror romance. There is so much cheese, so much cringe. When you read your grandma's journals for erotic pleasure, you are barf. Dear Deanna and Bev, you are barf. Terrible acting, so much cringe. I have to leave the room. Bev just keeping it in the family. She's going to have intercourse with grandma's boyfriend. Ew. And then I put, that's a really nice muumuu you're wearing there, Bev. And then I put homicidal weather incest candle ghost. This is gross. This is a disgusting green wet dream. And those are my notes, boss.
Quick to the point. Well, what's your rating? I'm sorry. Your rating of sub grossa.
The sub grossa of what it's like to watch a wet dream on TV. It is an F-. An F-.
I can't just have one F. I got an F minus. minus, an FU with a U on there to the people that actually, whoever greenlit this thing, whoever said, yeah, we'll make that one.
Greenlit? Did you have to use those words?
Yes. Green lit on green. Oh, yeah, you're right. Green shit. Sorry. Whoever green shit this one and said, go make it. I don't care. Look, just leave me. Get out of my office. Go make the shit. I don't give a crap.
Kiss.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, folks. Now go ahead. The word is given. Give your rate. And look, I want to always be clear about this. You might not know us if you're new to whatever. If you thought it was the greatest episode ever, don't be afraid. Give your opinion. Yeah, and obviously we're going to make fun of it, but whatever your opinions are. Hey, like Just Joe, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Jobber.
Always never feel intimidated by, even if we feel strongly about something. Just, like what you're going to like or dislike what you're going to like. Either way, it works. And now we have.
Some of these reviews are just outstanding.
Well, how would you like some Max Redstone entertainment?
Yeah, so if you're new around here, we have someone. He's an author and I believe a comedian and actor in real life. And his name is Max Redstone. At least it is around here. And he writes the most entertaining limericks. And we're all trying to encourage him, if he would like, to actually publish them. So he writes a limerick for every episode we cover. And they're normally kind of dirty and always super fun. Just absolute great time. So when the boss says it's time for Max Redstone, it is Saturday night Star Trek limerick time.
Yes, but this is a special extravaganza. This is a special case because Max informs me, Sub Rosa, an episode so bad it launched 3 limericks. We don't have 1. We don't have 2. We have 3 on this one. Who's ready? Well, you're getting those ready. All right, everyone. Sub Rosa Limerick 1 by the great Max Redstone. Let's see here. Something causes Beverly to depart from her group. So Picard and Geordi and Data go snoop. A spirit who does not want to slaughter. Just a Howard granddaughter. And lives in a candle that was purchased from Goop. Goop is Gwyneth Paltrow's.
Goop channel.
That's Goop is Gwyneth Paltrow's New Age Wellness Karen's website.
Yeah,
is what he informs me.
It's terrible.
Okay. Here we go. Thank you, Max. Max, Sub Rosa Limerick 2 from Max Redstone.
Here we go.
Love on the Enterprise causes such scandal. Desires that take multiple generations to handle. An emotional tether that rips up the weather. Hopefully, Potteryborn is where Beverly gets her next candle. That's fantastic. And finally, Max Redstone, Sub Rosa Limerick 3. Okay, here we go. Oh, Beverly, Beverly, we've had to deduce by a parasite spirit your feelings ran loose. Ronan was evinced. Yes. Yet we are still convinced that Wesley is the worst thing you've helped to produce. Wow.
Yuck.
That
Guys, we have a baddie in the chat. Don't forget to report that person, not just delete or hide that person. Please make sure that you get that person and you report that person. Gross, gross, gross. Well, get them.
They might have a review. You never know. All right. Okay. All right. For your reviews, my friends. Here we go. Lynn Rod, our new friend, is up first and says, it's a super F. Indeed, it is. I concur, my friend. J.T. Kirk says, 1 piece of folded clothing out of 10. The only thing to consider with this one is whether it is worse than Spock's brain. I think it is. I think it's way worse. I mean, Spock's brain was just stupid. This is creepy and
it is creepy.
Wrong, and it's just. I mean, we laugh at Spock's brain. It doesn't look. There's no excuse. You should never excuse any bad episode just because it's not worse than another one. But yeah, the great LT Lota says F. I took time off from my vacation to give an F for this episode. Justice for genders. Save genders. F. This was not Star Trek. Where was the Fabio cover? Yes, exactly. That's what was the Harlequin Adventures. F. There are an infinite number of minuses. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Just Joe says send for the Club Bonnie. Well, we've already done that, Joe. But you know what? Jobber's a longtime friend of Clobbering Time.
That's his review, boss.
The end of it. Oh, I know. But he's been a friend of the show for a long time, so I'm going to give him another Club
Crap, 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 crap.
That's for you, buddy. Mega Crop. Hello, Mega Crop. I didn't even know you were in here.
Mega Cropper
Always pops in with a Mega. Good to see you. Mega Cropper says a D, the highest rating we're likely to see tonight. I'm just kidding. We don't know that. We don't know that, right? You don't know.
We don't know that. We're not. We are not certain.
F. So there's the great hungry for more Orville, aka good writing, and definitely starving for it in this one. I didn't like Anne Rice's Lasher, Ghost Goober, when Anne wrote him in her Witch series, and I like Braga's Dime Store ripoff even less.
Yeah.
Mr. T says to Braga, pick a genre and stick with it, fool.
Yep.
Pick a genre, stick with it, fool. By the way, what is a genre? We are talking about Mr. T. He would know what a genre is, but thank you, sir. Nidat Tanaxamander Bear says, am I dead? Is this hell? That's not a review, but it could be. If you're in that episode, if you're watching that episode, then yes.
I had to start anyway because I just thought it was so good.
Zathra says F, or is it F? I'm sorry, F minus.
That's an F minus.
JMS is laughing that they have to have to steal his ideas. Case in point, true, because at the time Babylon 5 was on the air. Wagner says grade Y, as in why did anyone think this was a good idea? I love how they admit it now. At least I'll give him points for admitting it. Yeah. JT 5 F, as in WTF. Also, the Alien Irishman. Why? Yeah, that was a bit bizarre.
J25, isn't it ridiculous and annoying? I hate that.
Dumb stuff. Kal-El says F minus. I've heard better ghost stories on Nickelodeon shows, and those are generally aimed at children. Not even Zorro himself can save the insipid episode, or this insipid episode from start to finish. Yep. Poor old Zorro. This episode didn't scare me so much as it annoyed me with its weak story and overall bland performances. I'm with you there, buddy. Did we get a number 1 for Max Redstone? I see he's got like 2 of 7 after this, but I didn't see a number 1.
You know how the chat loves to jump all over the place. It's
yeah, that's right. I'll go with this one. Phantom Outsider F. I have it on good authority that this episode was a rejected holo program by Thomas Eugene Paris, left behind when the DS9 visited the 1950s Earth, as Quark stole the program and sold the story to Paramount. He does have that on good authority. Let me find your other one there, Phantom, because I don't see it yet. Hang on.
Oh, it's there.
Where are you? Must be way down, huh?
It is.
Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. On the plus side, we all know when the ghost eventually reforms, and ghosts reform, he's going to spark up a relationship with the next generation of the Howard clan, Wesley. Well, let's all hope so. Well, that's number 2 of Max. I'll wait till if we can find number 1. You see it or no?
Nope. I'm still looking for it, but it
might not be there.
It might not be there.
And once he can find Max's first one, we've got 2, and we'll wait. And if anyone can maybe find it or help us find it.
4.
I can't rate it. I never saw it. Says Linrod, maybe for the best. Yeah, Linrod. Unless like someone's paying you big money to watch it, I wouldn't. The Catman, aka Dee Dee Meyer, says Clobbering Times. I thought this episode royally sucks to high heaven. Just can't give it a grade, but it is just can't give it a grade. But if I must, it's an F with a whole bunch of pluses behind it. Okie dokie. Catman, thank you so much. A scathing review.
I can't
Raymond,
believe this, but yeah, I think, Boss Man, I've gone all the way back to before you even gave the word to give the rating, and it's not here. So
Max,
I think they put his first. I think Google or YouTube put his the bots put,
it may have eaten it.
yeah.
Sometimes YouTube will eat the chat unless
They'll vaporize stuff for just, and sometimes it appears that they do it arbitrarily, and it can be weird reasons, like
yeah.
innocuous comments, and they'll vaporize it, and I can confirm it's vaporized on my side. I do not have max redstone 1 of 7. I don't.
If you can at least simulate or remember as much as you can that it was in that one and redo it, Max, or whatever, or unless someone does find it, we can't. So I'm sorry, Max, but I'll hang on to your other ones and give you a second to do that if possible. I don't know what happened. You know how it goes. It could be just YouTube being crazy.
Mhm.
F for forgettable, says the great Ribbon Feliciano. I'm sensing a pattern here. Dave G. Sound says, come on, don't insult a good college try. F, it is a G. Yes, fair enough.
That's a very
Wolfie.
cheeky comment that I love. That was a good one, Dave G.
I'm
Sound.
beginning to think nobody likes this episode.
Right?
Can't someone like this episode? Well, we got one good. We did get one shining review from Mega Cropper. He's a D.
We
Thank you,
got
Mega
more
Cropper.
of these stupid bots. Like, are they the ones that are messing up the chat? Is that, that would be YouTube too, right? Like YouTube allows these idiots to say to send in these botnets to say the most disgusting comments, but somebody says something like boobs or something in their comment, and it gets vaporized, and it's a human. It makes no sense to me. LT was complaining about it. He said, you think that they would do something about this stuff, and they don't. I just found he just reposted 1 of 7, and
okay, good.
I wonder why they vaporized this one.
I don't know. Let's try to burn these through as we can, folks. We're running
Go
behind.
ahead, boss.
Wasting too much time on this garbagey episode. Wolfie says, F, get your proton pack and trap ready. This episode smells like an old foot. This has to have become an idea because this has to have become an idea because someone just watched Ghost on VHS. Yeah, well, it was around that time for the 15th. Ghost was out around that time. Didn't you say Frakes directed this one?
Yes.
Well,
Jonathan Fakey Pants directed this one.
Fakey Pants, you suck. New Scotland. Oh man, give me a freaking break. So this is Wolfie, by the way, again. These people have no way to fix their own weather modification system. I guess. Yeah, I can't figure it out either, buddy. Blatant stupid. So he has enough power to follow her to the ship, but then runs out of power. Weak. Everything about it's weak and just bad.
Yeah,
and
he has to be Irish, and the cloud has to be green, right? That's
Lord Doth already had a review, but he's got another one up here that says WTFF. That bad, huh? And
LT just yelled in the chat, agreed, Clobby, let's nuke this from our memories.
Scooby, yeah, indeed, says C-. I really enjoyed the pottery wheel scene where Beverly and Patrick Swayze, Ghost did this a bit better. Yeah. The great D. Bud Martin, finally someone who likes this episode. A+++. Gates McFadden was so gorgeous in this episode. By the way, was there a story in this one? Debatable. I guess technically, yeah. I guess maybe. Sandra, now we're getting some better reviews here. Let's add these F's are just so cruel to me. Sandra says D, awful episode. Slurpees for the fun-starved doctor. She was okay with an alien hooking up with her female ancestors for generations.
Gross.
And then joining the party. Wesley is next. Yes.
Ew, Sandra, that's so true.
Dang, Sandra. Eric says D-. Classic TNG writers loves the love story. Writers got to hack.
Yep.
I wonder what dime store novel they got this from. Whether they just probably just saw Fabio in the book and bought it.
Love you, Eric.
Indeedishness. Pleasant Valley Picker says C-. A weird episode, agreed. Found the atmosphere a bit interesting. Still, an 800-year-old ghost, horny ghost, is really not Trek. Saved from D- due to a Beverly episode where she's even hotter than usual. Okay. Max, I agree with the bot. This episode is a cheap. See, the bots gave it a really bad review. So you got to
like that one.
Yeah, I like that, Max. Here we go. So Max, 1 of 7, dude. He says, what? 192 Fs on the wall. 191 Fs on the wall. Take one down, pass it around. This episode only gets worse. Hang on, get to the other ones.
Lord
like
Thoth is yelling in the chat. F, F, F. Oh wait, I already voted. He's like, sorry, trigger happy.
This is without doubt the worst Star Trek TNG episode ever. In this universe, by the way, I was saying, nah, it's probably not the worst one. I can think of worse ones, and now I'm starting to rethink that. I mean, I don't know, man. I may have to vote with you there, Max. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think there might be worse ones, but it's. Wait a minute, we talk about a lot of bad stuff. But anyway, here we go. TNG episode ever in this universe, in any universe. No quantum reality exists where this is possibly a good episode.
Yep. I agree.
Oh. The 203 inmates currently on death row in Texas were given the option of commutation to life imprisonment on the condition they watch this episode once a day. Not one inmate took the offer. So I'm curious, did they know how bad? Well, they probably said, I can do this, but they were inhumane in Texas, so they said, okay, we'll let you watch it and then make the decision. So they watched it and they're like, the sweet release of death, take me. One TV critic, speaking anonymously, was asked if this episode was the Pluto Nash of Star Trek TNG. They hesitated. Whoa, I'm not sure that Pluto Nash was quite nearly as bad as this. Wow, that's holy. This is Manos Hands of Fate. Anaphasic life in a plasma candle. In a plasma candle? This is a poop grenade and a ripoff of at least Anne Rice and Danielle Steele. And you will feel love as you've never felt it before. Gag me with a spoon.
He said, "Gag me with a spoon." I love you, Max.
What is it? Well, this was made in the 90s, so that's close enough.
Yeah, it's very close to "Gag me with a spoon." Braga
and Echevarria. Sure, if they did crap kick. If Braga wasn't making the Orville right now, maybe we'd go back in time and punch him. Kidding, no violence on this show. I love you, Brandon Braga, for what you're doing on the Orville. Just a joke, buddy. Everyone has their bad days. You have your bad episodes. What can I tell you?
Shin kicks.
But you got a shin kick though. Back through time, so you'll be all right now. I had a fun time. Braga had a fun time making an episode that is annually a top 10 of lists sponsored by Quilted Northern, Charmin Ultra, and Scott Hexaply 800-pound Bond toilet tissues. Jeez. Oh holy crap. That last fictional brand having been created by Jeff Bridges as a throwaway joke during a drinking binge script edit on the set of 1976 version of King Kong, which is almost as bad as this episode. That Dino King Kong was about as bad as this. Brown wet dream. Thank you so much, the great master of limerick, Max Redstone. Lord Thoth also said these bots have been everywhere. You'd think YouTube would fix this. Yep. Well, maybe the bots just like Star Trek. You don't know. Yep. So, number one, we can switch now if you would like to take care of our wonderful friend, the enigmatic drop bear. That is his traditional.
Sweet. I'm going to go over to the starred column, and here we are. Hi, enigmatic drop bear, the erudite bear. He's got a 3-parter on this one, and he's going to go ahead and give this episode an F. Fabulum. Sencandarius.
Secundarius? Wow.
I don't know. It's Latin and I don't
He's one
speak
of my
Latin.
favorites.
Hey,
I
did
love
you
that
know
guy.
that fewer than 10,000 people worldwide speak Latin?
I did not know that.
It's true. And because I learned Greek, it's almost impossible for me to speak Latin now because they just don't work the same way. Okay, let's keep going. Writers under the influence, an audience underwhelmed, a story that should have been thrown under the bus. 2 of 3. Oh, where to start with this slovenly discombobulation of voyeuristic self-indulgence? What drugs were the writers on when they vomited this out? Oh my God, I love you, Edie. Oh, such a great.
So it means second rate. Well, it could be like 15th rate, really, but
I don't know. I want to go back to 2 out of 3 and read that first sentence like 17 times. So good. 3 of 3. This is a failure on every level. There are even major continuity errors. For example, check out the number of camellias in the scene before and after the ad break at 1725.
wow.
Yeah, that was really weird with the flowers. I thought that was so odd. The whole thing is ick, like it just cringy ick. Enigmatic Drop Bear. What a beautiful review. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I just love you. Thank you so much for that. Back to you, boss.
Okay, we can switch back in. Oh, there we go. The Comic Relief Crusader says F-. It's toned down Ghostbusters in space. Ghostbusters in space. If I could do a big facepalm, it would be Galactus sized. I read you, brother. The great Chris Pirja says, can I rate this a G for garbage? Even the relationship between Captain Greg and Carolyn in The Ghost of Mrs. Muir shines with the light of several stars compared to this. I like that show. That was a good show. I thought that was.
I don't know what it is, but you geeks do this to me all the time. I love how you guys just know so much about film and television, and you guys remember all the deets. I don't watch TV.
It was a movie originally, then it became a TV show that most of us saw with Edward Mulhare about a woman who lived with her family and I forgot exactly where she was, but she had it was a sitcom, but he was a ghost. He was played by a great actor named Edric Mulhare. And anyway, so, and it was the ghost in Mrs. Muir. It lasted a few seasons. Enigmatic Drop Bear also continued to mean second rate. Yes. Now for our final review of the evening, folks, and we'll get a move on. The great Mark D with us here, our chief engineer. Look, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I 2 equals. Look, just say F or A, dude. I want you to extend your arm, open your hand put it behind your head, and then whack on your back of your head. Because I'm too busy to do that. Anyway.
Listen, Edie. Mark D with the C have to keep us on our toes. So Edie's always bringing the Latin, and Mark D with the C's always bringing the mathematical formula.
All right. Well, I'm going to review it this way since you didn't give me a proper one, Mr. Smarty Pants. A++++. I found this to be a wonderful, terrific episode. I don't know what any of you morons are talking about. This episode is lyrical. It is absolute, sheer, utter perfection. Pure science fiction. It is more Star Trek than any episode ever. This is the city on the edge of forever of the Next Generation. A beautiful, sad, wonderful story where Zorro slices people up with his swords. And okay, it still sucks, but I don't get your rating there, dude. What the hell? Anyway, so I really don't know what his rating is, but I know what he'll say about the episode. This episode is so bad it doesn't deserve a rating. Okay, fair enough. It gets an imaginary number. Oh, well, now, okay. Everything is bad about this episode, from the lame attempt at sci-fi. One of my ancestors had a biochemistry that was compatible with his energy matrix. I imagine that he took human form and seduced her like he did me. Oh, God.
It's just so disgusting.
It's also creepy. I was able to be initiated into a very unusual relationship.
Gross.
I was about to be initiated, yes. You might call it a family tradition. But
Gross.
there's a part of me that's a little sad. Oh, God.
Gross.
Really? That you sad? You know, well, do tell. You're sad that you didn't make it with a ghost that had been violating the women of your family for generations.
The source of wet dreams in
Oh,
all the females, green wet dreams, for all of the females in your entire family. Ooh, Bev. Ooh.
poor Gates. She had to read lines like this. It was
Well,
the
no,
most.
apparently she loved doing this and they had
Well,
fun filming it.
no,
So, and everybody thought
no.
she
Let me.
looked very attractive
Well, she
and
looked good, but
she got her time in the spotlight
you know why
and
they had fun?
ew.
You know why they had fun? Because they knew they wouldn't have to make any more of this crap anymore. They were almost done with the season, and they were going. They probably, of course, they probably were not happy that they were losing a regular gig, but they were done with this crap. It was the most physical dream I've ever had. The sensations were very real and extremely arousing. Oh God, yeah, that was
Gross.
whoa. Stick to metamorphosis. I know how to sell a relationship with a ghost. It knows how to sell. Yeah, it does. Did this episode inspire Gwyneth Paltrow and her candles? But Jesus, what is up? Oh man,
Because
it gets
the
an even
Gwyneth
lower
Paltrow
rating.
has a whole bunch of those dirty candles, like gross
I
candles
know.
that smell sick. And Scuba Pete left something for enigmatic drop bear, and I thought that it was a very cute pun. It's puntastic.
Come on, camellias. Come and go. I'm going Boy George Scuba.
That
Well,
was
there
for
you have
you,
it,
Edie.
folks.
That was a Scuba Pete sending you out one of his best puns. It was punerific, puntastic, puntacularness.
I would like to personally thank Brandon Braga and everything, the makers of the episode of Sub Rosa, because no episode will ever seem as, even a bad one won't be like this. It'll be bad, but Jesus Christ.
I mean, come
Whew.
on.
Bad's bad. This will help. This helps you watch bad episodes better. You can at least watch a bad one and feel better now. All right. Anyway, are we ready for our next one?
Yes, I like that song by Huey Lewis in the Huey Lewis in the News. Sometimes bad is bad. Anyway, let's do it.
Next episode is Lower Decks, the real one, not the stupid cartoon. Everybody.
No. Here we are, folks. Lower Decks, Season 7, Episode 15. We all watched this for the first time, well, most of us anyway, on February 7th, 1994. Let's stay copyright compliant, shall we? I'm going to be reading excerpts from Star Trek 365, The Next Generation, written by Paula M. Block. Please turn your hymnal to page 337, where I will be reading extemporaneously.
I still haven't read extemporaneously. Here's a good book, though. Sorry. You say that all the time. I figured this was time to make that stupid joke. Go ahead.
It's okay. After one of Scuba Pete's phenomenal puns, everyone is primed for it. So,
by the way, I know you still like it, and they're right. I aimed that was a little aim at you, just joshing that. Yeah, it's okay. You lie. I just thought I'd throw that out there, but it's perfectly fine that you like Lower Decks. You're still a good pal here, buddy. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah. The Enterprise senior staff considers 4 junior officers for possible promotion. However, Ensign Sito Jaxa is an unlikely candidate. She was involved in the same Starfleet Academy cover-up that blackened Wesley Crusher's record, and Picard seems to despise her for the weakness of character she showed at the time. Her mentor, Worf, encourages her to stand up for herself. But Sito ultimately finds that proving herself to Picard could come at the price of her life. What is it like to be one of those nameless lower-level crew members who live and work aboard Starfleet's flagship, but stand forever in the shadow of the well-known senior staff? That was a great pitch from Ronald Wilkerson and Jean-Louis Matthias, the same couple who did Lessons, Enthuses Rene Echevarria, who wrote the teleplay Essentially. The Enterprise through the eyes of these lesser officers. It was their version of Upstairs, Downstairs. While the premise seemed like a winner, no one could predict how TNG viewers would react to an episode told from the point of view of non-regulars. But the audience really seemed to embrace the characters, particularly Tarek, played by Jerry Taylor's son, Alexander Enberg, and Sito Jaxa, Shannon Phil, the Bajoran ensign previously seen in The First Duty. She said duty. In fact, I know it's childish. It's a joke around here. Get over yourselves. In fact, had the series continued into an 8th season, Tarek likely would have popped up in additional episodes. Enberg later appeared on Voyager as Vorik, a different Vulcan. Taylor suggested at the time that Tarek and Vorik were twin brothers. Casting a Vulcan was tricky, notes Echevarria. There were big shoes to fill, he says. We didn't use many Vulcans on TNG because Leonard Nimoy's Vulcan was so specific and indelible. It's hard to play a Vulcan without looking like you're doing an imitation, but Alex really pulled it off. Said that. Anyway, let's go. Sito made an even bigger impression on both the viewers, who expressed dismay over her off-screen death, and the staff. Yeah. There was a lot of talk about bringing her back, Echevarria says, but we never got around to it. This was always meant to be a story of loss, a coming-of-age story for those young people, and the death landed it for them. But if there was no time to rescue Sito on TNG, there could have been on the sister show DS9. While developing the script for the DS9 episode Hard Time, Robert Hewitt Wolfe began pulling in threads from a pitch that dealt with Sito's outcome. The original take was that Sito had been imprisoned by the Cardis. Oh, she actually put Cardis here instead of Cardassians. Toxic Manflu just walked through the door.
TMF. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you for that.
And Mrs. TMF. Hello, TMFs. Love you guys.
Oh, $20 super chat. You're too kind, my friend. He says, been sick for days. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that with a cold. And I am still weak, but I am strong enough to do a super chat to tell P-Hard and douche covering from hell's heart. I stab at thee. For hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee.
What a great 40th anniversary message for P-Hard and Discovery. I love you, TMF, and please say hello to Mrs. TMF. Okay, I'll keep going.
Thanks so much.
Although now free, she was still suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. The pitch hadn't established a motivating incident for Sito's condition, so Wolfe postulated that she'd been killed by her cellmate, a person to whom she'd become very close. Although the Sito tale was never produced, her plight was given to Miles O'Brien. I took the end of the Sito story and threw away the rest, Wolfe says, and incorporated that ending into Hard Time.
Wow, great episode that was.
There is another tile from page 338. Would you like to hear it, Captain?
Do you think it's good? Is it a good one, you think? I mean, I'll let you make the judgment. It looks interesting, or just something that's...
Let me just read. Oh, this is really geeky. It's not nerdy, but it's geeky. So he says, good night. Oh, TMF says, I just want to put TMF up here. TMF says, night, everyone. Passing out in 3, 2, 1. Before he passes out, everyone, could you please send some loving to TMF? And, if you pray, can you say a little prayer for him? I'm an agnostic, so I'm just going to send my love and support and a warm hug. And I hope that the Mrs. TMF grabs him a tea or whatever hot beverage he likes.
Right. Feel better, buddy. Honey. Thank you so much for that. You're very generous. Appreciate it.
Oh, and look at this. The whole chat is erupting. I love you guys. Thank you. Sending all the love to TMF. Ooh, get that bot.
Hey, Shooter. Welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, Shooter. Okay, here we go. Oh, and the Nerdporial life form just walked through the door, boss.
Hey, Nerdporial life form. Hello there. Good to see you, my friend.
Okay, so from the block text, page 338. A few years after The Next Generation ceased production, Naren Shankar, one of my favorite people, went to work at CBS's powerhouse series CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. It was pretty early on in the run of the show, but it was blowing up big, he says. The producers had decided to do the CSI Miami spinoff, and they realized that they would need an upper-level writer on the original show. By that point, I'd been working in the business for 10 years, and I'm sure my science background also counted. Naren Shankar has a science background?
Hmm,
I'm being
I don't know.
facetious. I know, I know.
He
Just
made The Expanse, and I don't know, but
Shankar remained with CSI for 9 years. While he admits that creating tales of murder and dismemberment and dark stuff can wear on a person after a while, he positively lights up when he's asked about the episode that featured the nerdy lab rats, the lowly grunts who provide support to the flashier lead investigators. That was just about my favorite thing on CSI, he enthuses. What's her with? Why is Block using enthuses in every review now? And
mm,
you know what? The inspiration actually came out of the Next Generation from Rene Echevaria's great episode Lower Decks. Shankar began pushing for an episode about the geeks, the CSI equivalent of Lower Decks, uh, midshipmen a few years into his tenure. I liked their characters, he explained. We finally had the right mix of people to do a story about. Actors Wally Langham, Liz Vasley, Archie Kao or Cow, John Wellner, and others. Finally, the opportunity presented itself, and the premise really turned into this cool little series of weird black comedies, romantic comedies. We did one a year for about 4 years. If there's one CSI Lab Rats episode that stands out over others, it would be A Space Oddity, the ninth season's take on murder at a science fiction convention. The story of ostensibly pays loving tribute to an old Star Trek like cult favorite called Astro Quest. But it also included sly references to a proposed reboot of that show, which, in an edgy new guise, would bear a striking resemblance to the reimagined Battlestar Galactica of recent years. Shankar's episode featured cameo appearances by some of the actors from Galactica and a cameo by one of the key forces behind its relaunch, Ronald D. Moore. Shankar wrote Oddity along with two additional Star Trek franchise alums, David Weddle and Bradley Thompson, who wrote for Deep Space Nine and also, surprise, Battlestar Galactica. It was a really sweet episode, says Shankar, and I got the nicest letter from DC Fontana about it. I got a big kick out of casting Ron, too. It was all very incestuous and fun. Okay, well, that's a little weird. That's a weird way of describing it. But so what'd you think of the coverage? What'd you think of the episode?
some weird covers there for sure, but I really really liked the episode a lot. I thought this was a lot of fun. This episode. What happened? Okay. Always did. I think it was a really great idea. Again, this show doesn't really earn their. I don't think the Next Generation is very good at earning their right to be weird off the wall sometimes and do your kind of episodes that take you into a different way. But I still like when shows do that sometimes. That's the kind of format you can never do on older TV, which I still prefer. But I like it. I like the idea. I like the concept. I liked all these kids, these characters. I thought they were really good. Well done. I've always found this to be a very entertaining episode, and yet, again, the idea is what intrigued me the most. And then, of course, it was brutal and heartbreaking at the end there with the young lady being killed. That was a turn I was not expecting back when I first saw this episode. Well, way back when, but I always found this one to be a very entertaining episode. Getting a little bit of a glimpse of what it's like to be, the low hanging fruit of the ship. The up and coming youngsters, and I liked all of them. I thought they all did a really good job. I thought they were all really well written and really well cast and well acted. I thought all were really good. So I thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
Oh,
Notes?
great. All right, so here are my notes. I am not. Snail Messiah is here. Hello, Snail. So here are my notes, folks. I'm not a fan of interpersonal soap opera style shows. I don't like it in my science fiction. I don't care about the lower decks characters because I don't know them. Tarek is too emotional. He's openly emotional. He does not play a good Vulcan. Sito is gorgeous, played by the lovely Shannon Phil. This woman is a very, very beautiful young woman. She's got a body that won't quit. to rival Marilyn Monroe's, and she's just absolutely beautiful. I'm shocked at how beautiful this young woman is. It's
Yes,
just
agreed.
so I have to point it out because she is stunningly, stunningly beautiful. Um, Horrible to send a lamb to slaughter. When I first watched this
Yeah,
episode, I bawled my eyes out. Like I cried. And
that was
in
brutal.
1994, I was a mom and like an adult, and it didn't matter. I bawled my eyes out. This episode always makes me well up. So even on the rewatch, I get choked up. Young people make mistakes, and they deserve second chances. There is a lot of neurological evidence that young people's brains aren't fully formed. They don't fully understand the ramifications of their actions. They're not fully matured until they're like, I think it's like
25.
23 or 24, 25 or something like that.
25 from what I've heard. Whatever they.
Yeah, but so I love Sito. I think that she's just absolutely gorgeous. It's just all
I
that.
liked her relationship with Worf too.
Yes, I thought her relationship with Worf was amazing. The thing is that I don't like the beginning of this episode. I don't like the interpersonal soap opera stuff. I didn't like the stuff with the bartender. I didn't enjoy that. This is more drama than Star Trek, but it's good stuff. That's what I put in my notes. Oh, I didn't read this part. This episode always makes me well up. Young people make chances or make mistakes. They deserve second chances. But then I forgot to read. I do like how they behave as officers and refuse to gossip. And then I put, it's more drama than Star Trek, but this is good stuff.
At least it was off-duty drama. It wasn't like, that's my problem would be if it were, fifis in hallways like we're always hearing about the new garbage.
I hate that stuff.
They were on their job. They were all these people, all these kids acted like, yes, they're kids, but they acted like Starfleet officers. They were ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
They were sitting around a table in off time acting that way. It's like again, when I go back to earning it, I don't think this kind of episode should be done as often as they try to seem to do it on Next Gen.
Yeah.
But if they earned it more, I don't mind it once in a while. Something a little bit different, something a little bit offbeat, something that deals, character episodes. Again, I know they didn't do it on the original series. They did not have they did their character studies in the midst of their science fiction stories. I prefer that. But I don't mind it on a show back when they made shows 26, 25 episodes a year. I don't mind it if you do it once in a while. Again, I'm not saying I prefer it. I don't mind it. In this case, I liked all of these characters. I didn't think he was that. Didn't seem that emotional to me, but he was young. I thought he was kind of okay to me, the Vulcan, but I don't know. I just liked them all a little bit. This one, I really liked her. I think my favorite thing was really her relationship with Worf.
Yeah, and so I wish we would have sped up to that. I think it would have been like, from a writer's perspective, I think I would have gotten rid of that whole initial scene where they play it out too long, and it's just, they're sitting around talking about competing with one another, and what do you think he's doing over there, and what's he drinking, and is he from Canada, and just all that stuff. I would have just deleted all that. It would have been great if they would have been in a Jeffries tube or something, and they would have been discussing the evaluations and how it was looming over their heads, and they weren't sure how their evaluation was going to go, and something like that, where there was some type of interaction in that way. It's just the whole episode it seems to be centered around people sitting around tables talking about their feelings. And so for me, I don't like that. The whole back end, the whole end, the middle and the ending of the show, I think it's great. I think that it was well written. It was beautiful. And this woman, Shannon Phil, is one of the most beautiful women that has ever been on television. This woman is outstandingly gorgeous. And have you seen her body? Like,
no, but
she probably works really hard for her body.
That was 1993. Is she still around?
I don't know, but she is a very, very, very beautiful and very talented actress. When she steps up, oh my goodness, I can't even talk about when she her whole face is all black and blue, and and Worf looks at her with her face all black and blue. Oh my God. Like, I feel like I have the worst pit in my stomach because, of course, I've watched this episode dozens and dozens of times.
Right.
So I know what's coming, and it's a gut punch because this girl is so talented. She's such a great actress, and she's so beautiful, and she is a gorgeous lamb to slaughter, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I wish they had not done that to her, but I understand there's drama. Yeah, I would like, because that was a gut punch right there.
yeah.
So, what is your? Are you ready for rating?
I am, boss.
What is your rating of Lower Decks?
My rating of Lower Decks is B+. If we would have gotten rid of all of those table scenes where it's like everyone's around a table talking about their feelings and their jealousies, I would have given it a higher rating. And I think it would have been just as simple as cutting out that opening scene because it was just too cheesy.
Gotcha. I'm giving it an A, a strong A. I really liked it a lot, and I don't mind it. I don't mind those scenes because it wasn't being done during the mission or anything like that, or when things are going on. It was their off time. I don't mind. Like I said, they don't really earn the right to do this kind of episode much, but that's, I don't mind them having an episode like this once in a while if the characters are strong and it's well written. I thought this was, so I give it an A. Now, the word is given to our chat. What is your rating and any comments you might have about Lower Decks?
The word's been given. You heard the captain. Fire at will.
Number one, take Star Station, and I will get us some Max Redstone entertainment. How about that?
Aye.
All right, here. All right. A limerick from the great Max Redstone, everyone, from Lower Decks. All right. Lower Decks. Hang on one second. I got to clear it up for a sec. All right. What am I doing? Okay. Sorry.
Got it, boss?
All right, now we're ready. Yeah, got it. We're ready. All right. Lower Decks by Max Redstone, everyone. There was once a plant from Let's Dote It. From Let's Dote It. All right. There was once a plant from Let's Dote It. Those are 3 words. Will Indiana argued whether or not to promote it. Well, I'll allow it. And Picard pulls his chest so Worf can give a meaningless test. And the decks remain well undercoated. Wow, dude. Man, that's okay. I like it. It took me a second.
Did we call out Tim's talk yet? Oh. Boss must be coughing. It's okay. He's just going to take a sip of water, everyone.
Okay, sorry, I was muted. Did anyone hear the did I mute myself?
You did, sweetheart.
You didn't hear the limerick?
No, we all heard the limerick, boss. We all heard the limerick.
Oh, I must have hit that by accident when I got back out of here then.
Yeah, boss, I just asked, did we call
Yes,
out
hello,
Tim's
Tim Top. No, he must have just arrived. Good to see you, Tim Top.
Okay, wonderful. Sorry, I'm just starring things, and I just didn't want. I'd be remiss if I didn't welcome him and say hello. So, good evening, Tim's Talk.
My memory's terrible. I don't even remember muting myself. What the hell? So you heard the limerick then?
I did, boss. Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, I did that because I had to clear again. All right. Sorry. All right. So this is where we're okay. All right. While you're doing that, I will start out. J.T. Kirk says 8 out of 10. Bust the Vulcanian with too many snide comments back to Gilman.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is, I didn't seem that out of place for me, but this episode is fun and brings a different perspective, but I think it's held up as greater than it is by normies and non-Trekkies. Like,
I agree.
Wow, I'm a normie
man,
now? I'm a normie? Well,
I have to interrupt. I beg your pardon. I'm very sorry. But Tim the Enchanter has just said good night, everyone, and have a pleasant tomorrow. So Tim has to leave. So everyone, please wave good night to Tim. Tim, thank you so much for being
Good night,
here.
Tim.
And come on by and knock on our door anytime. Please make sure that you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and then you'll know when we're on. And you're always welcome here, Tim the Enchanter.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. It's good to meet you and good to see you. Thank you so much. Mega Cropper says A+, top 5 episode. Thank you so much, Mega Cropper. Max Redstone says B+. I disagree with the bot. This was not a cheap one-time date. Not a cheap anyhow. Not cheap anyhow. Yeah.
Love it.
I'm with you, Max. I hear you that. Hungry Boy says B+. I know Cito's demise was powerful, but its purpose in audience manipulation was seen from a parsec away. Though the proper use of juxtaposition did balance, this ep set phasers to pun. You are the man, Hungry Boy. Zathras says B. Babylon 5 did it better with their lower decks-like episode, A View from the Gallery. Take that, season 7. I like The View from the Gallery. That was a really good one. Yeah, but I have a feeling that if Babylon 5 did a Sub Rosa episode, you would still like it. I'm just messing with you, Zathras.
You know what Zathras is saying behind the scenes? Guilty as charged.
Guilty. Wolfie says, rating A. This episode spoke to me as an enlisted person in the military. Changing leadership perception after you make a mistake early in your career can be quite a task.
Yeah.
Indeedishness. Hang on there. Wolfie. Having one of these junior officers be a Vulcan was a great idea, because there should be some in Starfleet. Yes, I love the playing poker by both the junior officers and the main characters. Yes, they play a lot of poker on the Enterprise. My favorite part of this episode was giving Ensign Cito a second chance. I'm not sure they needed to kill her off, but at least how it happened made sense. Yes, I can concur with that one.
Zathras says, as long as he gets to have sex with a ghost, he's in.
There you go. Done deal. We're on it. I'll get back to you. Maybe it'll be in the remake show. Ugh, don't even think about that. Wagner says, grade B+. This episode feels out of place in season 7 with all the crap episodes surrounding it.
Yep. Wagner.
GT5 says, A. Always liked this one. Liked Shannon Phil's performance. And though, which one is Shannon Phil? Is that
That's Cito.
That's Cito, right? Okay.
Yeah, she is smoking hot.
I agree. And thought the relationship to Worf worked really well. Almost a slice of Orville. Well,
yeah, in a world of plastic surgery, and these girls who are doing all these different distortions to who they are and how they look, it's pretty amazing to see a girl that's born like that. She's something else. What a beautiful girl.
Linrod says I have no rating. Well, that's okay, Linrod. Lord Thoth says B+. This is actually a memorable episode. One of the better from this season. I really enjoyed looking at the lower decks and seeing how the backbone of Starfleet lives. Yes, I did too.
Boss man, Keely Chow just walked through the door. Hey, Keely Chow. Nice to see you. And Keely is coming to us from Dump Raid. So I'm waving hello to Scotty.
Waving at Scotty. Scotty in the dump.
Scotty!
Hope you're all doing well, my friends. Arabian says B. Cito Jackson makes the episode. All else is meh for Raymond.
I agree, Raymond.
The Catman says, Clobby thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it very much and give it a B+. Thank you so much, Catman.
Nice.
The Greek Bronze Richard Eric K says B+. I cannot help but this one pulls on the old heartstrings. Yes.
Agreed.
I'm sure P. Hard was happy to get rid of another one of the Wesley Shane party as well, Clubby. Yeah, he was pretty sad about it. He got her killed, but yeah, he did give her another chance. Dave G. Sound says great. Thoughtful dialogue and meaningful content in this episode. Good pretext, and it follows established character arc with excellent acting. Solid A. Thank you.
That's a nice review.
Well done,
very
Dave
succinct,
G.
taut, very
Appreciate
good review. Thank you.
Comic Relief Crusader says C. Filler episode was average. Let's see here. Pleasant Valley Picker says B minus. I think it's a B minus. Okay. I would have rated higher, but killing Sita was unforgivable.
Yeah.
Sure, a great drama, but killing her peed me off. Why sent such a young crew member on such a dangerous mission? He says. Let's see here. I like the way the young cast crew related together. A bunch of really good young actors. I wish they had appeared in more episodes. They should have made Cito a regular in the last episodes. I would concur.
Yeah, I don't even think that girl's an actress anymore, and I don't know why. Because wow, she's the whole package. Like she could have been a very big, now I'm going to show my age here. She could have been a very big movie star. Like she has such a movie star quality. Yeah, and I don't even think she's even in the business anymore.
Probably not. I agree with Raquel. Shannon Phil was incredibly sexy and beautiful. Really wished they had kept the character, if only to enjoy her beauty more.
And good acting, right, BC? Her acting was unbelievable. Like when she had that black eye, it doesn't matter how many times I watch it, I feel terrible.
Anaxamandabear says, I give it an A+. The plus is for inspiring that crappy cartoon that I like so much. If you start with the second season, you miss the initial off-putting pot shots. I'll take your word for it, my friend, and thank you. Our good buddy Narat likes the Lower Decks cartoon, and that is perfectly fine around here. At least look. I mean, even though I haven't seen it, people who don't even like it say it's still better than filth like STD and. Because see, it doesn't count. It's a cartoon, so I mean, it doesn't count into the like P hard and all that stuff. So, B says, Phantom Outsider. This could have been an interesting yearly thing where they could feature Lower Decks characters and promote the popular ones to series regulars. Least interesting was the bartender.
Yeah, and I didn't like that they made him sneaky. But
I thought it was kind of likable, but yeah, I actually liked that actor. I thought that actor was really
I think that he was a splendid actor, but I just didn't like that he was like. I didn't like the whole thing of like he went around to the tables being sneaky, gossiping.
I like his relationship with like he just, I don't know, he was like being the male Guinan. They didn't have Guinan there for some reason, so they made him. Yeah, if they had Whoopi, they probably would have made Whoopi that would have been Whoopi doing that.
Yes, that is a good point.
But for some reason, Whoopi wasn't available, so that's he might be a Lurian or whatever, probably.
Boss man, the Felicianos have to leave the bridge. They have to retire.
Okay, well, let me do Sandra's real quick. Sandra, thank you so much. Here, sir. B, seeing the other half was interesting. Cito tried to redeem herself. Picard should have given her a chance while being cautious. It's not easy to regain trust after once betrayed. Thank you, Sandra, and you all have a great night.
Thank you for your service. We'll see you on the bridge.
Take care.
Bye.
Here's the second part of Phantoms. Possibly Guinan's policy to not hire anyone more interesting than her. Also, Decker seemed annoyed that a non-female was speaking to him. I think he was friendly with the guy. Anyway.
Oh, the Decker unit.
Kal-El says, A, this episode was incredibly well done. The dynamic between the junior officers never seemed forced, and I liked the interactions that had one another, as well as with the senior officers, senior officers. Cito's journey in particular, from her interactions with Worf to the scene with her standing up to Picard, was wonderful to watch. Although the ending where the audience learns of Cito's fate was poignant, she was a wonderful character in both courage and heart. This was a thoroughly enjoyable episode, and it left me wanting to know what happened to the remaining characters afterwards. I
Mm-hmm.
hear you there.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for that, the great Kal-El. And now, number one, if you would do the honors, we have Enigmatic Drop Bear, and there should be hopefully some other reviews will come soon.
Okay. I just went over to the start tab, and now I'm going
Go for it.
to
I'll take all the
read
reins here.
my wonderful friend Enigmatic Drop Bear, the erudite bear. He's done a 4-parter here, and he's going to go ahead and give the episode a C minus. And Edie says it's hard to escape the feeling that by this point the writers were either scrambling for inspiration or lacked the talent to pull together a compelling narrative. It's a fair comment.
Yes, I can understand.
2 of 4, trials and tribulations within the junior ranks is a solid concept for a story. However, here it is an overly dramatized character exposition mired in tedium within a half-baked situation. 3 of 4. The actress that played Jaxa did a great job, though it's hard to avoid seeing her as an example of a character being brought back just for the purpose of killing her off. Yeah, and the fact that I don't like that that she is tried in Picard's mind, not in our mind, but we're reassured that in Picard's mind, she's tried only for her character in death. And I think that that's sort of a weird message to send. So I agree with you, Edie. And then Enigmatic Drop Bear's final comment on this one is, props to Westmore for the very convincing job he did on Jax's makeup. Yeah, he does. Sometimes it's just, he blows me away with his makeup artistry. He truly is a very talented person, isn't he? And that will be all that we have in the starred column. Edie, that was a great review. Thank you so much, sir. I really, really appreciate it. I always love your reviews.
Pop Culture Republic, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, I don't know if our engineer's busy or something happened to his internet. So, oh, there we go. We got
here he comes.
He comes. The caboose. Mark D with the C, our engineer says, a solid episode. Great to meet new, well-written characters that you could sympathize with, thanks to an intelligent plot and good acting. Contrast this with STD, where junior officers go out of their comfort zone by eating mac and cheese. This episode packs an emotional punch. Agreed, sir.
I've never watched The Filth, but I think it's so funny you guys always say that. I can't even believe that's real.
These kids are all fantastic compared to the trash they got on there. You don't expect that Cito will be killed off. That's true. If you see it for the first time, yeah. On her first covert mission. She has a great character arc, earning redemption for her time with Woosley and Starfleet Academy. Too bad we don't get more episodes like this one or a follow-up. Yeah, I really like that. Let's see here. Maybe we should refer to
Steve Mitchum. Don't be ridiculous. If saying Enigmatic Drop Bear over and over and over again, it's okay. I think we're grown-ups here.
Enigmatic. Let's see here. So, well, are we ready to move on to our next episode of the evening?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Let us go for it then. All right, the next one is Thine Own Self.
Yeah, we've arrived at Thine Own Self. To Thine Own Self Be True. Season 7, Episode 16. We all watched this for the very first time on Valentine's Day, 1994. That is February 14th, 1994. Let's stay copyright compliant, shall we? I'm going to be reading excerpts from Star Trek 365, The Next Generation, written by Paula M. Block. I'm going to be reading extemporaneously, beginning at page 339. As Troy struggles to earn a promotion to command status, Data travels to the pre-industrial world of Barcon 4 to retrieve radioactive debris from a downed Federation probe. A power surge from the probe causes Data to lose his memory, leading the android to inadvertently endanger the inhabitants of a nearby village by bringing the radioactive substance into their midst. With the townspeople getting sick, Data searches for a way to help them, despite the fact that the increasingly suspicious locals now see him as a threat. The best story ideas can be expressed with a minimum of words. And freelancer Christopher Hatton's pitch, Data as Frankenstein. This isn't
You'd love that.
Frankenstein.
As soon as I heard that, I knew you were going to be in love with that using that term. Captain James T. Skywalker, hail.
Yeah, Captain James T. Skywalker. Hello. Yeah. So there's Dr. Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein, and then there's a daemon. And so Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, was written by Mary Shelley, and it's the first work of science fiction, modern science fiction for people. So Data would not be Frankenstein, because Frankenstein is the doctor, and they would know that if they actually read the book that they're apparently using to write this script. It's really good to make sure that you actually read something before you start saying that you used it as the source of your ideas. Anyway, let's
You can even tell that from the damn movies, for God's sake.
It's so stupid. Anyways, Data as Frankenstein certainly fit the bill. Instantly calling up images of a monster pursued by villagers with torches. Yeah, once again, that's not what happens in Frankenstein, the modern Prometheus.
He's thinking of the Universal movies.
Pardon?
He's thinking of the Universal movies with the villagers. Yeah. They always use that term, villagers with pitchforks. But torches.
It's weird. And so what? Also bolts in his neck? Anyways.
Right.
It's almost to Marion C. Darmok. In its metaphoric simplicity, expanding on the pitch, however, wasn't easy. It seemed like a simple concept, but in execution, it turned out to be excruciating, teleplay writer Ron Moore recalls. With a setup scene cliche, it felt as though it wasn't about anything. I kept struggling as I was rewriting. At one point, Michael Piller called me into his office, sat me down, and said, I just feel that you've hit a wall. I was looking at him like, what? He said, writers sometimes hit a wall, and they either push past that wall and keep going, or they can't push back and their career is over. And at that point, you're out. And that really set me back on my heels, Moore says. The discomfort still evident in his voice. I knew it wasn't a great script, but I didn't think it was the moment my career was about to explode. Explode? Why would his career explode? I don't think he meant that. Anyways, let's keep going. These people are talking like nincompoops. The fact is, he continues, the seasons were very long on Next Gen. Now, when I look back and remember that we did 26 shows a season, it seems so exhausting. I can't even connect with the energy level that we all had to summon. We were always aware that the fatigue in the marathon would hit you and you would be running on fumes. At that late point in the season, we were all feeling it. The writer's room was tired. The production staff was tired. We were low on money. Everyone was irritable. So by the time we did Thine Own Self, I was burnt out. It wasn't a happy experience, but Moore says, sighing, they didn't fire me. And then it's just discussing the picture. Oh, apparently he had... there's a memorial wall of all of the writers who were fired from Star Trek or let go. And so that's in this book if you'd like to read that. And there is another tile from page 340. Do we have time to read it, boss?
If you think it's worthwhile, take a gander.
Well, I think I'm going to use some strong words later, so let's give the book a chance to redeem this episode. From 340, The Block Text, Star Trek 365 by Paula M. Block. It was one of those ideas that had been kicking around the writer's room for quite a while, Ron Moore states, as if in answer to Riker's question, I wanted to do something with both her and Beverly, to raise their ranks as officers and expand their duties on the ship beyond just being a doctor and a therapist. Like being a doctor and a psychologist are not enough. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard someone. Well, it's not the dumbest, but it qualifies for the dumbest.
I hear you.
So being a doctor and a psychologist, they're not enough. Okay, so let's keep going. Oh, I can just tell my blood's gonna boil. They were the women, the female characters, but they were both slotted into these quote unquote softer roles. How is being a psychologist and a doctor a softer role? Shut up. Anyways,
Jesus.
without the formal lines of authority that all the other officers had, that rubbed me the wrong way. So I was always looking for opportunities to make them more like the guys. What? The actresses wanted to expand out of their medical and therapeutic roles too, he says. So, like I care. Anyways, so I like the idea that Beverly enjoyed being the officer of the deck periodically, which is basically impossible, just to keep her hand in it and keep her proficiency going. So she always would be rated to stand watch on the bridge. This is a bunch of crap. I also wanted to establish that Troy had authority over many things. Also, crap, Moore adds. She wasn't just the captain's therapist. She had people to talk to and things to do. I was determined to get Troy her commander rank and make her a deck officer, especially after disaster, where she was in charge of the bridge. I cannot believe these people. Head desk, head desk. That episode played her as if she was in over her head because she didn't have the training and the experience to operate in that environment. Well, that was unfair to the character. No, actually, it wasn't. The story about Troy's promotion was conceived months earlier for the episode Liaisons, but ultimately bumped from that episode when Thine Own Self needed a B story. Troy got her much deserved promotion. Opposite
Needed.
Troy's new Pip. I am so angry right now. I'm just going to say, boss, what'd you think of the coverage in the episode? And I'll wait to put this episode on blast.
It said something about right there at the end there, needed a B story. What? No, that's my problem with the episode. It didn't need a damn B story. I mean, the ace. Anyway, this is an episode that I don't know. It's really tough when you love Brent Spiner, and I thought a lot of the stuff with him, the data stuff, even though it's a reach, the whole plot is a reach, and you got to really, really like. I mean, if you're going to enjoy just his performance, I think you can do that. His interactions with those people on a planet primitives, there was some interesting ideas there, but then you have to have a dumb B plot that. Why don't you just concentrate on fixing and making your A plot make sense? And not have and that way you can just have a plot and not an A and B. I hate when they do this. And the B plot is garbage, in my opinion. Again, I wanted to like it. The idea with Data, yes, I know it's another one. Him is going out of his mind, something to mess him up, and all that other kind of stuff. The premise is hokey, but him on a primitive planet and stuff like that, I actually liked some of that. I thought some of that was okay, and I like him in it. The B plot is just garbage, and it just aggravates me that you would waste time. You can't fill out one story. You got to stick two in there and then ruin them both. The episode aggravates me, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, there's a reason why I call you my Star Trek soulmate. Yeah, I totally agree.
I thought you could do something with what the data plot was, with some of that.
I think that the data plot was like an A+ plot. Oh, Minimus just walked through the door.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I thought again, and all that stuff is, it's entertaining because again, let's face it, he's Data, and you could do a story where Data's malfunction or something like that. I mean, I liked the stuff with him and those people. I really did. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, so did I. But the thing is that when these people reveal this sort of thing and they say that I'm a writer, it just makes me think, okay, so what did you do? Did you like come right out of high school, like grade 11, grade 12, and just start writing and you think you're a writer? Because these people don't know anything about the world. They're not intellectuals. They're not academics. And they don't realize that the stuff they're saying is it's completely idiotic. The scenarios that they're creating, it's dumb. Like, this isn't for women. This doesn't bring women up. That has nothing to do with it. It's insulting to anyone's intelligence. Look, I understand that, like, there's a difference between geeks and nerds, okay? Geeks know all this stuff about films, and they know all this stuff about filmmaking, and they know all this stuff about comics and gaming and merchandise and toys and collectibles, and they know all this stuff about pop culture. They're awesome. That's great. Nerds, they're more centrally, of course, all of these ideas are centrifugal and they're decided by these different social groups, but nerds are academics. And any nerd involved with this, and there used to be plenty of nerds involved with TOS, including Isaac Asimov and others, would not write this stuff because it doesn't make you look smart. It doesn't make you look progressive. It doesn't make you look like you're sticking up for women. It makes you look like a moron, like you've never even been to school at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so insulting. Anyways, I'm just going to read my notes.
Go for it.
I love the data storyline. This is lovely science fiction. These are lovely science fiction conversations and concepts that he's having with these people. I am continually annoyed by the impossibility of the Da Vinci problems proposed by making command something that can easily be accomplished in people without post-secondary education and rank. Someone with a bachelor's in psychology would not be apt to undertake interspecies diplomacy, military command, rise through the ranks of military command, astrophysics, advanced engineering, piloting, law, warp science, transporter science, etc., etc. It truly is truly dumb. You don't weekend crash course command of a simple space shuttle from our time for NASA, let alone a colossal intergalactic starship. It's just so stupid. It was a mistake to leave Data in costume during his repair. And that's about all I have to say. I mean, I have some added comments for how I'm going to rank this episode, but I just think that it's really stupid. Okay, D. Bud Martin is in the chat. He's a mathematician. He has a post-secondary education in mathematics. That is something that took him 4 years. I don't know if he has his master's or his doctorate, but I do know that if he took it just his bachelor's, that's 4 years that he dedicated his life to that, right? I do communications and technology. I took 4 years of that, and then I completed a 4-year master's in 2 years. And if I had the money to finish my doctorate, that would be another 4 to 6 years. And each one of these things that we take in university matters. And this has been, it's the whole idea of it is so stupid, and it's made worse by social media. Like, if you took an introductory course in college at your community college in Anthro 101 or something like that, you don't tell people you're an anthropologist. These people, like, when you're talking about an academic, you're talking about somebody who has cultivated a discipline, a STEM or a STEAM discipline, you know, science, technology, econ, mathematics, and all the arts that surround that. And they make that their life. They study that for, like, 10 or more years, and they have to publish under that. You can't just acquire this in a weekend. People need to stop doing this in science fiction. It's when people who aren't nerds write science fiction, and it's totally annoying. You can't go to school for 100 years and be 25 years old. You're not all Da Vinci. Ugh.
It's pretty stupid, pretty silly. I guess they don't know what they're doing. It's really dumb. I hated that so much. And they took away from what could have been just a solid, good, fascinating idea with a great performance by Brent Spiner.
And they try and make it about women. This has nothing to do with gender or making a woman more powerful. Deanna is an empath who's supposed to be third in charge of the Enterprise, if you read Gene Roddenberry's Bible, his show Bible. And she is an empath, genetically an empath, half a betazoid, beta Z. And she is, and she took psychology. So she's actually supposed to be there for when the crew is experiencing trauma or doubt, or to help people sort of work through their thoughts. That's what she's supposed to be there doing. And there's nothing wrong with being a psychologist. It takes 4 years in university to become a psychologist. Nothing wrong with that. And to be a doctor, Beverly is a geneticist, a doctor, she's a million types of doctor, which is preposterous unto itself. But to say that they needed to be more than physicians and psychologists is the most ridiculous thing anyone could say. And that is not empowering to women. That's an insult. It's insulting people who are educated, and it's insulting to the intelligence of women. And women need to, demand more from these people. If you're going to try and speak for me, and you're going to try and make it look like you're trying to emancipate me, at least be sincere. Don't be so completely full of crap and be a moron about it, because then it does not feel like anything except for lip service. Remove your nose from my bottom. I don't need your fake support.
Well,
sorry.
I hear you. You said what you wanted to say. I hear you. Don't blame you.
It pisses me off. I'm sorry. It just totally pisses me off.
I'm here. I understand. So what is your rating then of thine own self?
Okay, so the data story is an A+ story.
Agreed.
But Commando Toe, that's Commander Camel Toe, who is now going to be known as Commando Toe, crash coursing astrophysics, postgrad mathematics, propulsion, engineering, quantum physics, piloting, etc., 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 all in a weekend to ultimately outrank and outthink and be out-educate data is the biggest load of horse shit I've ever seen on TV. It's pathetic, it's disgusting, and this is not any compliment or any type of progressive message for women. This is just dumb, 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 dumb. And so the data story is an A+. The Diana story, where all this BS happens, is an F.
So we got 2 ratings there.
2 ratings. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. Cardinal Sin. What's up, my friend? Thank you. And thank you for the $9.99 super sticker. You are too kind. It is good to see you, everyone. Our good buddy Cardinal Sin is here. Great to see you. Well, if you're going to make 2 ratings, I guess I'll make 2. Yeah, I'm with you. I really like the data story. It's an A. It's at least it's more of the episode, but without just giving it 2 ratings, I'll just chop some points off and give this episode a B, because the data stuff really still carries it and it's entertaining.
What a beautiful story, and such great science fiction and pop culture republics as well. Don't hold back, Raquel. Let us know how you really feel. Yeah, it has cost me tens of thousands of dollars, my life's savings, to go to university, 4 years undergrad, 2 years grad school, and I would like to finish out with my 4 to 6 for my doctorate. These are things that I've worked very hard on. It has consumed my life. I've been reading over 1 million words. Over 1 million words I once calculated just in grad school alone in research. And people who go to university really work hard at what they do. It's not a basket weaving class. It's not like, oh, you audited a class at a community college. It's working really hard for 4, 6, 12, 20 years at university to learn your craft, and to make it seem as though it's something you can learn in a weekend, I think is demeaning to women. It's demeaning to nerds. It's demeaning to academics. And I think it's outrageous that someone would try and hide behind my skirt and make it seem as though he is doing something for me when he's actually insulting me.
All right, everyone, start your reviews, please. And I will bring us some Max Redstone if you we're ready to go on point there, unless you got anything else.
Rock and roll. The word's been given. Throw up those ratings, or folks.
Yep. Well, here we go then. Max Redstone, thine own self, by the great Max Redstone, folks. Here we go. Data's circuits suffer a bad misconnection in a plot that will be stolen for Star Trek Insurrection. to cure poisoning radiation, Data vaccinates the village hydration, while Troy orders Hollow Jordy to warp plasma convection. Wow. That's nice. Well done, man. Well done to the great Max Redstone. I appreciate that, buddy. Stellar work as always, bud. So, wow, Zathras says F-. I'm going to use my time to read the rules to checkers or beat my head into the club booty. Wow. Well, you know what, Zathras? Just for you, even though I like the episode because of the data stuff. This is Raquel's final rating review of the stupid B story with Troy.
Crap, 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 crap.
Yes. So that's dedicated to our great friend Zathras. J.T. Kirk says 10 out of 10 A story for A story. 2 out of 10 B story. I don't mind. Look, I don't blame anyone from splitting it up. It really is the whole A story B story crap. It's almost never come. It turns out it almost never makes for a fulfilling episode for me. Anyway, almost never. Maybe some. Anyway, Decker unit gives her way too much help to get that pip on her stupid collar. In a real military, you build points towards promotion, and none of it can be done overnight.
No, and certainly not all those different sciences, but I have to interrupt because someone incredibly important, somebody who I love very much, has to leave. Chris Persia says, all right, good night, gang. The clock already struck 12
right,
and
Chris.
I have to run. I'll leave a glass of crock on the stairs as I go. Chris Persia, I'm sending bazillions of kisses for your sweet face. Thank you so much for wrenching tonight, and thank you for your exceptional company as usual. Take care, and we'll see you soon, sweetheart. Everyone say goodnight to Chris Persia, please.
Thanks for being here, buddy. Hungry boy, hungry for more Orville, aka Good Writing says C+. Being nice. Ronald D. Moore's heroes are showing here. This ep was like a chess game between Samuel Clemens and Charles Dickens, refereed by H.G. Wells. Wow. Thank you, hungry boy. Gwagnar says grade D-. Yet another malfunctioning data story. And unfortunately, we are not done with those yet. B plot was garbage.
Yeah.
Right. We're not done with those yet. B plot was garbage. Yet.
I totally agree, Gwagnar.
Let's see here. Thank you, Gwagnar. Pleasant Valley Picker says C. Data story fine, but the B story hurts it badly. Just another flawed, mediocre season 7 episode. Commander Cameltoe in a weekend is out. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's outrageous. Nothing else to say. Not a favorite. Got you covered.
Thank you, BC. Oh, Zax is here, boss.
Zax! Hulk Villain, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome, Zax. And that's Amanda says, well, if it was 8 days, then even Wesley would have 10 doctorates of weight.
He meant, oh, wait.
It said, oh, wait, yeah.
Oh, wait.
The great Janet K says, D. I'm just sick of every other episode, another data problem. Can't the writers actually come up with something new? Love data, but they go to this shallow look every other episode. Troy is mad. Yeah, that's the thing. In this one, I kind of like it, though, because it was just an accident. I don't like it when they turn him evil every damn episode.
Yeah, I don't like that either, but I did like the fact that they turned back to TOS. Like I love that. Yeah. I love that they turned directly back to TOS. You could imagine Spock constructing that same magnification device, discussing how it worked. It's just that part of it was really, really great for me. I loved it, but I mean, I just don't hide behind my skirt and say stupid things because I will not protect you.
Yep, you just got to edit the other crap out of it, and it's a fine episode, I thought. But I hear you there, Eric. And the comic Relief Crusader says F, because it pisses Raquel off. Damn, camel toe. Cal-El says D. This could have been an interesting episode, but once again, the execution of the concept was incredibly poor. The only reason why this episode didn't get a lower rating was because of Brent Spiner's wonderful performance in the episode. However, this episode is usually skipped when I'm rewatching the series as a whole.
Don't blame you.
Catman, another, and usually a kind critic, says Clobby totally hated this episode and give it an F. Wow, my goodness. I hear you there. Thank you so much. Fawn Schreider says A for Data, F for Troy. Where is Counselor Oblivious going to store all this encyclopedic knowledge? In a box The writers are akin to Marta from Whose Gods Destroy. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? I'm a right. I think he means writer now. I'm a right. Oh, I'm a right now like Marta. Let's see. I may write now like Marta. I wrote that law. Oh, says I'm a writer. I remember the scene you're talking about, Whom Gods Destroy. I'm sorry, this was kind of difficult to read what you were putting there. Well, I once read a chewing gum pack and unlocked the secrets of the universe, reference to Superman, the movie there. This unearned intellect is easy. The real problem is the simple application.
I need to interrupt because somebody really important to our community is leaving. Mr. D. Bud Martin, he says, I think I'm going to turn into, my eyes are drying out. Good night, everybody. D. Bud Martin, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for wrenching. Thank you for just being such a warm and kind and wonderful person to be around. Clobby's telling me you're under the weather, so I hope you're feeling better soon. Get well soon, sweetheart. Good night.
Get well, my friend.
Mwah,
Thank
mwah.
you, D-Bud.
Everyone, please say good night to D. Bud Martin.
Man of Iron. Max Redstone says data A plot, A minus plot, A plus. Data A plot, A plus. Sorry, a pure and organic data story. Even when he doesn't know who or what or where he is or the true extent of his abilities, he can't help but being himself. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Troy B plot F. Deanna is now a duty officer. Duty. Mm-hmm. I wish Riker would have programmed the hollow droid to have said, if you think it's such a good idea, why don't you go fix the warp plasma conduit yourself, ma'am, you biatch. Exactly, sir. Terrible stuff. Why lumber your episode with crap like that? You could have easily added a little bit more to the only plot you needed. Yeah. Wolfie says B. Radioactive Man #1. I remember that comic. One would think playing one with radioactive metal would make you sick. Not even your superpowers. Now you know.
That's a very, very geeky thing to say, Wolfie.
Indeedishness. I'm seeing his. Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry. Data plot good. Rank up plot bad. Okay. Why would you give someone who has never had the training control of the bridge? Beats me because they're dumbass writers. It's like you're setting everyone up for failure. You killed Enterprise D. Indeed, sir. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. You said 2 of 2, Vanham, and now you got 3 of 3 of common sense, which they are sorely lacking, like the chewing gum reference. Clobby. Yep, I got it because it was from Superman. It's a good thing. It's a good thing these kids didn't find the hydrazine from the probe's RCS thrusters. That kind of skin melting pain you make, you beg for some mild radiation sickness. Thank you so much, Wolfie. Pleasant Valley is back. Says, I agree, Raquel. I worked my butt off for 4 years to earn my bachelor's in fine art.
Yeah.
Tried to go for a master's back then, but so few spots available, couldn't get in. I applied to every master's.
Well, I think that's incredible, and that fine arts that you took and taking all that art history and everything. I love when you bring all of that knowledge to bear on Clobby's Clubhouse. And I do have to agree with you. And I would like to say that I grew up very poor. And, a lot of people say that, and it's because, they didn't get the Nintendo they wanted from their parents. That's not the kind of poverty I'm talking about. I grew up in abject poverty. So I really had to find my way into post-secondary, and I paid every dime of it out of my pocket. I worked really hard for it. So yeah, it does mean a lot to me because people on the internet, a lot of people think that people who go to university are only the elites. I'm not elite. There's absolutely nothing elite about me. I grew up in abject poverty. I scraped and saved and scratched my way and worked really hard to get through my undergrad and my master's. And eventually I'm going to finish my doctorate. I just don't have the money for the tuition. But I love your comment, because there are many of us here who had to work damn hard to get where we are. So love it, BC.
JD Lewis says, bedtime now before I go. B for the A plot, F for the B plot, C plus overall. Good night. See you, friends. See you Monday, everybody. See you, JD. Excuse me. Have a wonderful night, my friend. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you.
Good night,
And,
JD.
Number one, if you will do the honors from the great enigmatic one.
Yay! I'm heading over to the star column. And look who's here. The erudite bear. 1 of 3. He's giving this episode a C. He says, this story appears to borrow simultaneously from The Phantom of the Opera, Beauty and the Beast, and The Elephant Man. Oh my goodness. I agree with you. I agree with you when he comes down with that hood shrouding his face. I totally agree.
Well done, yeah.
And then 2 of 3, the explanation for Data's memory loss was lazy. The writer's falling back on the good old power surge overload of his positronic net explanation. Fair comment, fair comment. It's because they were wasting time on that stupid B plot. 3 of 3. And what was the story with Troy's mascara in this episode? It's like she had black stars around her eyes. Enigmatic drop bear, erudite bear. Just outstanding as usual. Thank you for your marvelous comments.
Great,
I appreciate your company so much.
Thank you to the great Max Redstone for the super chat. First Officer Raquel is elite and all in our hearts.
I love you.
Agreed.
You
Agreed,
are too,
sir.
honey.
Thank you so much. And our final review of the evening for this episode. Mark D with a C says C. A and F average out to a C. I'll have to make a Raquel cut of this episode, editing out all the counselor excuse for Commander Cameltoe's scenes. It's a shame since the Data plot is so interesting. Yeah. The Troy and Bev plot line was unnecessary and demeaning. Raquel gets an A for her review. Absolutely.
Oh, I love you. Thank you.
Fabulous review. Absolutely. Number one.
Yeah, it's not very nice to hide behind a lady's skirt when you're just acting a fool. You're on your own, fool.
Great review there. Well, are we ready to move on to our final episode of the evening?
We are, boss. We are.
All right. Well, here we go, folks. The final episode is Masks.
Don't even know what to say. Okay, here we go. Masks is season 7, episode 17. We all watched this, unfortunately, for the very first time on February 21st, 1994. Let's stay copyright compliant, shall we? I'm going to be reading excerpts from Star Trek 365, The Next Generation, written by Paula M. Block. She gets a bit of help from her husband, Terry J. Erdman, but he's an author in his own right. And of course, it received the blessing from everyone involved with making TNG. So go ahead and turn to page 341. I'm going to be reading extemporaneously from the text on this page. And oh, there's only one page on this one. Let's do it! While scanning a comet, the Enterprise crew inadvertently activates and downloads an alien society's archive of information about its mythological characters. Immediately, the program begins to transform portions of the ship into a facsimile of the civilization's temple, and Data becomes the repository for the personalities of the assorted gods and goddesses. Joe Menosky, boo! Joe Menosky admits to being the man behind Masks, but he's not happy about it. Over the years, Masks has appeared on any number of worst of TNG lists, Menosky says. If I can't bring myself to even watch it, how can I disagree? I hated the final shooting script. I tried to duplicate the very rich and ambitious dynamic from Shakespeare's The Tempest? This has nothing in common with The Tempest. This has nothing in common with The Tempest anyway. But since I was not there at the studio to fight for it, the script lost a crucial character arc. The EHOT character that came through Data originally was written as the Tempest Ariel to Picard's Prospero. Oh, you did not do a good job. That gave depth and emotion to their personal arcs and poignancy to the entire story. But it was stripped out during the onset revisions. Okay, all right. As a result, nothing was left but an intellectual exercise. Well, I wouldn't call it that. A kind of puzzle with no real drama. It's not an exaggeration to say I was crushed with what happened to it. I still believe in the core premise. An aliens culture founding myth attempts to technologically recreate itself on the Enterprise, and our characters must find a way to enter into the myth and participate in it in order to deconstruct and shut it down. Some essence of that idea must have been present in the final result, Minosky adds. After Darmok, Masks is probably the most written about episode I did for Star Trek. I've seen chapters about it in academic level books.
Wow. I'm sure you have.
You have people going, this doesn't have anything to do with Shakespeare's The Tempest. If some university professor can write an entire chapter about a failed episode like Masks, that speaks to the range and intellectual depth of the entire Star Trek franchise overall. Yeah, but sweetheart, that's not what you should get out of it. What you should get out of it is nerds and academics watch Star Trek and you failed so bad they complained about it in writing. That's what you should take away. That's your
Nothing
takeaway.
to be proud of here, buddy.
Yeah, good luck saying that about pretty much any other TV series you can think of. Although Minosky's characters were shaped around classical archetypes, their names were not. I named Ehot and Corgano after James Eha and Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, Minosky confesses. Well, that's kind of weird. And that was my favorite band at the time. And then it says opposite. Masaka's beautiful sun mask, crafted by Mel, or M-E-L, was a piece of vacuum-formed styrene painted with leather dyes. The direction we got from the studio was for a Venetian look, Don Coleman recalls. And that is all the block text has to say about the disaster they decided to call Masks. What did you think of the coverage, boss? And what did you think of the episode?
Well, the coverage happened, I guess. And unfortunately, that means the episode happened. If you know what I'm saying. If you take my meaning. Oh boy. Look, at least you could understand Sub Rosa. It's easy to understand what a piece of trash it is. This one, it's like no, don't say it. Because automatically, listen, within about the first, 10 minutes of Sub Rosa, you're like, oh boy, we're in trouble. This one, I'm like, okay, they got this. I think that the point where I started to know we were in big trouble was when they blow up the friggin' comet thing that's been there for 87,000 years, and then there's just a ship in there.
86 million years, wasn't it? Or was it 87 million?
Something 87, and there was some kind of, was it look like a space station type thingy?
Yeah.
It was inside of there. Okay. No. Like that, and then shit. I think I was fascinated by how stupid this episode was, how things just started. It started like changing everything into sets from the 10 Commandments or whatever. And as great as Britt Spiner is, he had to be embarrassed to have to play these over-the-top goofball characters. I don't have no words for how unbelievable. I can't believe we're doing Sub Rosa in this episode on the same freaking night.
I know. Imagine how I felt last night while I was watching these episodes, taking notes. I was like, why is this happening?
But you know what? I can form thoughts about Sub Rosa. This one, every time I try to think about it, nothing happens. Nothing registers. I'm like Data in thine own self. Radiation's taken away my memory. Every time I go to access, what? See there, you did it again. I can't remember anything. Well, I think of this episode. I think I was so traumatized. How by this, I can't tell you much. I just told you some things that happened at the beginning, but
it's just crap.
I can't form an opinion.
It's crap.
Holy
doesn't
shit.
even have a plot. Don't even know what's happening.
I guess they thought they had a plot. They thought they were clever. I'm stumbling. I can't. That episode didn't really happen, right?
It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Like, remember at the beginning of the block text, I did the breakdown of the confirmed amounts that each episode would cost, like what the bill was for each episode. Imagine the bill for this one. Like think about the money that what you could do with that money. You could donate it to charity. You could give it to me so I could finish my doctorate. You could go down to a local soup kitchen. You could buy a house for your grandma, or your mom or something. Like, there's so much money.
I could get a lot of coke and hookers. I'm just saying. I wanted to equate it. I wanted to equate it with something of equal value. If you know what I'm saying. Wait, what am I saying? It's Hollywood. That's exactly what they spent the money on. I just figured it out.
Yeah.
They just raided like a flea market and got all these stupid props and put them all over the sets, and then they spent the real money on coke and hookers.
They must have.
I put a poll up.
Did you put a poll up? Let me go.
What is worse, Sub Rosa or Mask? I can't vote, but I want to see what everyone.
Okay, everyone knows I don't normally go on the internet when we're on the show because I think it's rude, but I'm going now because I want to vote. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on.
That was the great Mark D's idea. Okay, I don't know. I tell you what. Here's my in-depth review, everyone. This episode sucks. Go along, do your notes.
Okay, well, I don't have a very many. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I don't have very many notes because I have nothing to say here because this is like, it's so dumb. It's not even worth talking about. This is going to be a very short show, folks. This is we're done. This is one giant mistake. This is utter nonsense, unworthy of words. It is Looney Tunes. This is worse than Spock's brain. It is worse than The Children Shall Lead. It is worse than The Alternative Factor. This episode is a contender for the worst Star Trek episode ever. I cannot accept this episode to grade because I cannot even grade it. It is below an F. Those are my notes.
I can't even talk about it because when I talk about it, I forget. My mind, I think my mind's blotting out the trauma, and like, let's
garbage.
see. The Enterprise sets become other sets from like other. And this ship is, I think the worst stuff though. Let's face it, the scenes between Data and Stewie and Spiner, when when Spiner's channeling all these other characters, these people. Here's another thing. To be fair. I mean, to be honest, just to actually be serious for a second, it is never, and I mean never, explained why he's doing that. What are these spirits that are controlling him? What are they?
Yeah.
Where do they come from? I mean, how is it possessing Data?
Well, not only that, why wasn't Commander Cameltoe deployed to start dealing with these multiple personalities? Instead, they turned to Poopy Stew. And Poopy Stew just suddenly starts to use Grecian style rhetoric to deduce what he thinks is actually happening here. And what the result is actually total and utter shite. It's just madness. There is no reason. There is no analysis. There's no analytical mechanism for how Poopy Stew arrives at these machinations.
Wow.
I don't understand this episode. I think it's crap. It's crap. crap.
You might be right because this episode is kicking Sub Rosa's ass for worst episode of the. I mean, right now, 18 votes, 72% against 26%. 19 votes is 74% to 26%. 76, now 74 for Masked. I mean, 74 is what I meant. I can't. This episode is so asinine. I can't even form human speech anymore. I'm sorry. You guys are gonna have to be. We'll have to have ED and everyone else be eloquent about this and erudite. I can't do it. All I can go is. You know what I am? I'm the woman in Lights of Zatar at that library. When I see this freaking episode, I'm going.
Oh my god! You just made me ugly laugh on air.
That's what this episode. This episode was written by the corpse in Lights of Zatar, which is still better than this, and that's bad. That was going. Holy shit! Holy shit! This is their Lights of Zatar, and it's worse.
And why does Picard act like he has some sort of like archaeological apparatus where he's deciphering these foamy these foam statues and what Data and all of these personalities are saying? It's absolute gobbledygook. It's balderdash. It's complete shite. And
it's
yet
like,
he tries to make it seem as though some type of story or mechanism is at play. And it's like, no.
And then how did he get the thing to fix everything? It's just like he talks sternly to them or something.
I don't know.
I don't know why. Why did it stop?
How about turning inanimate objects and imbuing them with DNA? That line was a pretty classic. You're a moron moment. They were taking parts of the ship and imbuing it with DNA, turning it into like plants and insane.
This episode should be handed to Jar Jar Abrams and Alex Klutzman and Eva Goldsman and say, "No, we're not trying." And then say, "Why are you handing this to us? We want you to make it a part of the filth, so we don't want it here. Take this one and make it part of your canon since it's not real." It's just, she's just mother of God. I don't even know why. I can't know. Every time I think about it, I want to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sub Rosa is a masterpiece.
Compared to this, yes.
I mean, Sub Rosa's funny at least. This isn't even funny. I can't even laugh at. I can laugh at Sub Rosa. Oh, but you know what? Before we get our review, everyone, what's your rating of it? Did you rate it yet?
I can't rate it. It's so bad you can't rate it.
Either.
It is a contender for the worst, among the worst Star Trek ever created in the history of Star Trek. It's so bad. I can't rate it. It's below an F.
It's below an F for me too, folks. I don't even know if it's a Z. I don't know. So, but feel free to rate it. Everyone, go ahead and do your ratings and any comments you may have about this masterpiece. And I will give us some Max Redstone entertainment. And God have mercy on your heathen souls. And take starter point number 1. All right.
I'm there now, boss.
Okay.
Huge. Lots of. The chat is jumping. It's bumping. The reviews are rolling in, boss.
Here we go. Masks by Max Redstone. All right. Arts and crafts, not in Oaxa. Is that Oaxaca? I'm sorry. Arts and crafts, not in Oaxaca. I guess that's fine. Mr. Miyagi, this ain't Osaka. But I'm telling you, Data's mask must be true because it rhymes with moose caca. I'm gonna do it again. Just because it's the best thing about this episode. Arts and crafts, not in Osaka. Wait, not in Oaxaca, because I can't get the name right of the planet. Was it Oaxaca? Arts and crafts, not in Oaxaca. Mr. Miyagi, this ain't Osaka. But I'm telling you, Data's mask must be true because it rhymes with moose caca. Sorry, folks. I can't even speak right now.
It's okay.
I never could, but this episode is taking away my capacity. I can't even breathe anymore.
It's so dumb.
Holy shit.
It's a short show, folks. There's nothing to say about this shit.
Mother of God.
It's shit. It's so bad. We refrain from profanity on this show by and large. We really do. We strive to have a PG-13 rating. But seriously, this is poo. It's poo.
And again, it's still true. We never tell each other what we think of the episodes before. We keep that a secret. 20 votes, 75% masks, 25% sub rasa. Okay.
Oh no, Hungry Boy just sent me to the swear jar. I love you, Hungry Boy.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Hungry Boy says unrateable. That's a good rating. And look, by the way, still, no matter what we think, if you think it's good, fine, tell us why, and it's fine. I'm not even being flippant about that. If you like anything here, always feel free to disagree with us. Tell us we're dumbasses. I don't care. I mean, Yeah. Anyway, J25F. I really hate Brent Spiner's possessed. This, we always talk about how great his performances are because they are great when he's Data, even if but man, he had to be embarrassed by this. This shit was I mean, I couldn't look at him. I wanted to punch him every time he talked. I really hate Brent Spiner's possessed voice, especially since it has become his go-to villain voice for all of his animated gigs. That's true. He does a lot of animated gigs, and he does that. That's a good point there, J25. I didn't think about that. Yeah. But yes, because I've heard him do a lot of animated stuff.
Annoying. It's extremely annoying.
Yes.
You don't like bananas.
And also on PR, he starts to act like that.
I know. Why does he do that? I mean, I love him. I'm not going to criticize him because I do love him. Like in real life, he has been so kind and sweet to me, and he's met my husband and I so many times that when we walked into a con one time, he actually like when we called out his name, he stood up while receiving other people and waved at us and said, "Hey, you guys." Like he recognized us. He's a sweetheart, but it's just so bad.
Never bring this episode up around him because I'm sure he would make him embarrassed.
I won't.
Reed Picard, we used to have a ship's archaeologist, didn't we? I would think there would be one. Yeah, I mean, I guess there probably was, J2. Now Picard took that job, I guess. Scuba Pete says F. A Venetian mask, Venetian, to leave this shite behind us and get to deep space. Rapid. What's that? Rapid. What the frack?
I think that's Italian.
Dude, scuba. Rapid. Your agonizer, please. I mean, I don't know. I can't read that word. Look, some of you went to school. Y'all just talk about school and bachelor's degrees and all you people. You got to understand something. I didn't get out of kindergarten.
Well, you could have fooled us.
No. I mean, I'm not. Okay, I'm kidding. That's an exaggeration. I got to maybe like the 6th grade, like Jethro, but still, it's the same thing. I mean, where I went to school, kindergarten, 10th grade, same deal. It's Louisiana in the 60s and 70s. So it's kindergarten, 11th grade, same. JT Kirk says, F. This isn't how alien technology works. Yes, it was hidden in a damn comet for 87,000 years. Ships don't stay together when they turn them into stone.
Right?
And this isn't how data is controlled. Data is controlled, right? Yeah. Raquel's mirthful laugh when reading the coverage was amazing. It was. She's amazing.
Love you, JT.
Pleasant Valley Picker says, A+. I thought this was a wonderful, brilliant episode. One of the most amazing, well-written, well-acted stories in Star Trek history. You're all a bunch of nuts. This is a top 10. I'm sorry. That was a different.
DC's sending you shin kicks right now.
Pleasant Valley Kicker says Z-. I admit a lot of TNG is fuzzy in my mind. This one, however, stands out clearly as one of the worst pieces of crap I've ever Watch. Make Spock's brain look like Citizen Kane. I'd rather watch The Great Vegetable Rebellion again. I know you all know what that is. Guagnar says F-. I didn't realize I had never seen this episode before today. I wish this was still the case. If it's our fault, I apologize, Guagnar.
So good, so funny.
Hungry Boy's back and says, "You unbelievable." In Blackout, in Blackadder's wish, Buldrick, this was a love letter to illustrators and designers. Look at the prop marks. Respect to anthropology. Anima, animus, psych 101. That's, yeah. A goulash of grandiosity, cooked by the village idiot suffering a 1980s Mardi Gras hangover using the faulty stove timer. A fest of frivolity for the already well-fed Nuff said. I was trying my best Blackadder, but it wasn't as good as, well, I'm no Rowan Atkinson, buddy, but I do love Blackadder. Oh, yeah, Pleasant had a second one. I apologize. I didn't see the numbering. Said, haven't seen it in decades and still remember it as one of the worst TV episodes I ever saw. Just so bad it's hard to describe. Yep, I still can't describe it. So there you go. Rating Z from the Great Comic Relief Producer. Well done. Eric K says, I love this episode almost as much as I love Wesley. I would, aside from maybe a spending a weekend with Wesley on a desert island somewhere, or maybe going to Hawaii with him, I'd rather watch this episode on a continuous loop. I think it is fantastic. I can't rate it because it's, well, I'll give it an F for fantastic. How about that? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Different Eric K. I'm sorry.
Eric.
He says, F, yet again, another data problem. Blah. Incredible. The imagination of these writers. SSDD. Story sucked. Writing sucked. Wait a minute. Are you accusing this episode of having a story?
Oh, so funny. Right.
The Comic Relief Crusader. It is back. It says A+, only because a Hollywood writer admitted he can't really write. WTF. This explains everything today. And abortion to the senses. Yes. Dave G. Sound says an extremely generous E. E-, I think. I'd rather watch Sub Rosa on a loop. Mask is one of my very least favorite episodes of TNG. Just utterly awful plot that was written in a toilet bowl. And then flushed. They forgot to flush, though. Oh, wait a minute. Now Pleasant Valley. Okay, he puts 1-1 and he puts 2-2. That confuses me. Now he's got 3-3. That's why I don't know. When I see that, Pleasant, I don't know you have another one coming. See what I'm saying? But here it is. So that's why, otherwise I would read all of yours in a row. So you got to like one of two. You see where I'm coming from? Anyway. But that's okay. Incoherent, stupid, annoying. Well, I know I am, but I'm working on. Oh, you mean the episode? I thought you were talking about me. I have that in common with the episode. Yeah. Weird for weird's sake. Yeah, that's me too. Spoke's brain. Or just kidding. I know you meant Spock. At least has a fun drinking game and hot chicks, by the way. I'd like to see fans develop a drinking game to this. Might give it redemption. Maddie's daddy. Steve says A+++. A masterclass in storytelling. Gripping. The most important hour in television history. I'll restore your faith in love. It'll restore your faith in love in humanity. Finally, someone with some good sense around here.
I love the enigmatic drop bears egging Dave G. Sound on. He's like written in a toilet bowl. Now that is one evocative and apt line.
Well, again, I would say that it's probably, never mind. Phantom Outsider says truly upgradable. But,
ungradable.
Oh, he wrote upgradable. Maybe he means ungradable. But he wrote upgradable.
Stupid phones.
But here's why this is the Cenobite cube from Hellraiser. This episode is the gateway to the filth. It's imbued with radiation from the last episode, causing brain damage. You see, that must explain why I have brain damage. After watching this episode, you think, and I think it means you think anything is good. So separate. Oh, I think it means you'll think anything is good.
Yeah.
so desperate is your brain for anything. This is what they try to shove before every episode of STD or PR. Then, by comparison, they become. Hang on.
Phantom's right.
Hang on there, Fanty. Well, I just gave you a new name, Fanty. That you're from now on, you're Fanty. Pass it on. Let's get used to that. Phantom Outsider is now Fanty. If I have to be Clobby, you have to be Fanty. The bestest ever episodes, and said by one different franchise admiral. It's a trap. That's okay. Admiral Akbar.
Yeah.
It's a trap. Data had been an entire civilization, and there's a reason it's extinct. Get McCoy to call it. It's dead, Jim.
It's dead, Jim.
All right, Eric K. What's that? Oh, you're too kind, buddy. Thank you.
Isn't he a sweetheart?
Thank you for the $2 super chat, buddy. Clobby was in Bedrock High School. Yep.
You love that.
Not an Amanda Bear says F. I think actors really like this sort of thing. That's why every series does an episode like this if it lasts long. They do seem to enjoy it, I guess.
But Narod is speaking the truth. The actors do wield their influence in this way and wanting to sort of stretch their wings, but they're not writers. And so you can see how quickly things go off the rails. And I just wanted to welcome Rod Thunderheart to the chat.
Hey,
Rod Thunderheart is from my province in Canada. He's also a fellow author. And Rod lost his Teddy, his beautiful dog that he had for 16 years. And I believe it was last night. And it's incredibly sad. And Rod has been such a kind and wonderful person in Doomcock's community, in Gary's community, in our community, in all the communities. He always seems to be there for everyone else and always has a kind word and is always there to support everyone. And so tonight, I hope everyone will support Rod because he really loved Teddy. He used to run with him every day. And I know you all know how deep it hurts when you lose an animal. So if everyone could please just reach out right now and give Rod Thunderheart a hug, it would make me so happy. Please do that.
Rod Thunderheart, sorry about that, my friend. Condolences. I hope I know nothing can console something like that. But thoughts with you there, buddy. Kal-El says D-. Not much to say here, except that the episode's only saving grace is Brent Spiner's performance, which incidentally is the only reason why I didn't get an F. I mean, I respectfully disagree on that one. I think he was, well, maybe it was the script that was terrible. He's probably doing all he could with it. So I'm not even gonna beat up on him, but I just think nothing was good in this one to me. But I understand you, buddy. It's easy to want to say that because he has been so terrific, even in bad ones. So.
Stephen M has his Kal-El glasses on there. He's a real Clark Kent there. He's trying to be as kind as he possibly can be, and we love you for that, Kal-El. Stephen M, thank you for the review.
Are we getting multiple reviews by a lot of people? It's like 3 or 4 people have reviewed it, then reviewed it again. Max Redstone, I could have swore he said something already. Unless you're, I don't know. Maybe are you starring ones that aren't never reviewed? I can't remember now. But I thought he said
just keep going, boss.
F-. This is worse than Sub Rosa. So much worse. I will now sacrifice myself to the volcano in order to cleanse my spirit and hopefully reclaim my soul in Stovall core.
Throw myself into a volcano.
I got another. Pleasant Valley keeps adding them. It says 4 of 4, but another one said 3 of 3. Another one said 2 of 2. That's not. And I noticed Phantom was doing that. Am I the one crazy here? Or is that confusing?
It's confusing.
Because you got to say, like, for example, 1 of 3. And then you get to 2 of 3. Then you get to 3 to 3. That means you're done. And I don't mind you doing multiple ones. I'm just saying. And no biggie, you guys. Just no criticism. Just like Wolfie did that. There you go. Anyway. At least Sub Rosa fulfilled my lusty Beverly fantasies. Did it now? By the way, I hope you're reading this as I totally effed up my comment numberings. Remembering this effed up my mind. That's
I
hey,
knew
look.
you'd need to see this one.
Same thing happened to me, Pleasant. Don't that now that I understand where you're coming from. So anyway, we have a name about a drop bear. Do you want to take care of that one?
Yes, let me get over to the Start
You
tab,
can just watch that, right? Can you see
and
it
we'll
there?
get after the erudite bear. Enigmatic drop bear. He might drop the mic tonight. I mean, I think he already has, but let's do more. His first comment here is F. He says, there is very little to say about this. It is not science fiction, and it has no place in the Star Trek anthology. It is a ludicrous
Miscellany.
of incoherent voodoo nonsense. And is that all you have to say, honey?
Oh, look,
That's it?
yeah.
Well,
But
you know what? I'm glad, because it just shows to go ya, that no one wants to say anything about this heinous shite.
no, I mean I don't blame him one bit. So thank you, Ed. Appreciate you that. They let that right there.
Oh, the bots are back.
Oh well, they don't like the episode either. Wolfie says, excuse me, F in a Jim Carrey voice. P hard. Why? Because I gotta. Oh, I think he's got the movie The Mask. There you go. Took me a second. You know, because F. Why? Because I gotta. Somebody stop me smoking. Yeah, I like that movie. Yeah. Remember that? You ever see that movie, The Mask?
Yes, I did see that movie.
Anyway, because I gotta. I don't even know how this ended. I think I watched it. I don't know how it ended either. It didn't end. I don't think it ends. It did not end. As a matter of fact, the episode did not end. Picard just probably bored the stupid aliens so much. Like, all right, you guys are no fun. We're gonna take all of our toys. We tried to nicen up your starship. We gave you some nice furniture. We tried to be nice, but no, Baldy Captain had to come along and be a big stick in your mud. We can't have any fun. You guys suck. 87,000 years, we've been in a comet, and we come out, and this is the way you treat us, P-hard. We can't even have a little fun. Go, we can't do a little interior decorating on your starship. We whine about it like a bunch of little babies. Is this what the galaxy is now? A bunch of babies? A bunch of little wussies who can't take a little bit of redecorating on their starship? Whoa! Oh, well, we don't want you. How about that? We'll go somewhere else. We'll take our toys to someone who appreciates them, and you can keep your silly, stupid-ass little starship. How about that, you big babies? I'm sorry. This episode drove me insane. And the entire temple of highly pressurized poo is what you have at the end of it. Also, the masks are made from several million-year-old diarrhea baked to perfection. Yes.
I mean, 87 million years.
Yeah, and then all they get was a lousy T-shirt.
Sorry, I'm just. I'm sorry if my brain seems all over the place and I'm not reading well tonight and stuff like that. I've got a bunch of stuff going on here in the background. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to track down all these baddies, and I'm trying to get the YouTube people to do something about it. So I've been doing that in the background. I do apologize, everyone.
Well, let's finish up with our. We got a limerick from Max Redstone.
Yes, I flagged that. Did you see that?
I knew. Yes, I did.
There it is. There it is.
Here we go. Another Max Redstone bonus limerick, everyone. Though you can see it, I'll do it anyway. There was a man from Old Roma. He got sick drinking bourbon and soma. Episodes he had not seen the rest. He thought this was the best. It was on TV when he emerged from his coma. Wow, nice one. And our final review of the evening. Thank God. I got a Chief Engineer Mark D with the C.
Dun, 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 dun.
A plus plus plus. This is
don't do that to him.
I love it. I mean, it was absolutely brilliant. What an extraordinary, amazing concept. I can't even fake it with this episode. He said it F minus, and you thought you couldn't get any worse. We went from Ghost with Spurpies to Masaka. Did Bev's Ghost Ronin become one of Data's? At least Crusher was hot in Sub Rosa, true. This is an incomprehensible mess, a pale attempt to channel some themes from Darmok. In 1994, I was sad that this was the last season of TNG. Not so much anymore.
Oh, what
At
a
least this
great
episode.
comment. Can we just
Is it-
revisit that for
Do we
1
have to?
second?
I
I
lost.
totally
Already
feel
got
the
started.
same way, boss.
At least this episode is good for some great memes. I didn't even bother messing with it, as you can see. But yes, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying, though.
You know what I mean? Like Mark, like chef's kiss, as Mr. Tickletrunk would say. Mwah, chef's kiss. I love that comment. Yeah. When it was over in '94, I was like, oh, this is awful. What's going to happen? You know, this is terrible. Star Trek's over. Now it's like, oh.
Oh, well, yeah, it's bad. I gotta.
Yeah.
Too bad Jill couldn't be here tonight, but I gotta save my I'll save that picture. She'll like. I think she'll like my Sub Rosa picture.
She will. And she'll be happy that you didn't do any Gorn impressions while she wasn't here.
Okay, no Gorn. Yeah,
You know that she loves
when
your
Jill's here.
impressions.
I was on with her yesterday. We were talking the Orville and some cool stuff.
She's a sweetheart of a woman. I love her. And she, you know that she's doing the UFO show. She's going to do all
We talked
26
UFO yesterday.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit of UFO yesterday. Wow, we got that episode over with. And welcome to our chief engineer, the great Mark Padilla.
Hey, thank you for that, Raquel. Thanks for having
What's
me
up,
on.
dude?
And you survived. We survived. My God.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Barely.
Oh, that was horrendous. But we have more and more fun with that as bad as the episode.
Yeah.
So it was great to hear you guys rant and rave and some great points. And
I
the chat
didn't
is
rant. She
awesome.
did. Well, I did.
All right. Yeah. Well, a
She's
little
a
bit.
ranter.
I just think it's
Miss
slimy.
Miss Ranty Pants, always ranting and stuff.
Well, I think it's slimy to hide behind a woman's skirt and say, I'm doing this for
Yeah.
you. And when meanwhile you're
Equality,
talking
yeah.
like a nincompoop.
Thank you so much, JT Kirk, with the $2 super chat. But he says, I think we know why Jill couldn't make it. Jill, did you dump out because you don't want to have to watch this crappy episode? You're gonna get a night in the agony booth if that's true. No, kidding.
JT Kirk.
Nah, she couldn't make it.
It's great. Love
Yeah,
it.
but yeah, it's that what? Well, that is stupid. Again, and they do. It's 30 years ago, and it's just a stupid. Or 28 years ago, and it's still stupid.
I wish I had time to clip a couple of scenes from 5-6 seconds of some of those ridiculous bits, with Beverly and Sub Rosa, and then my God, Picard, reading those lines or saying those lines to Data at the end, and then Data's just like,
he was
I'm
embarrassed.
getting sleepy. You always do that to me. It's like then like this episode puts us to sleep. My God, I mean, it's so corny and horrific. It's I just can't, I mean, there's one thing to have, once in a while I get clunkers, but it's a super clunker.
Yeah, this week is just when we took the dogs for a walk before the show, my husband said, so what reviews did you give to the episodes this week? I'm like, you don't want to know.
I like Lower Decks, and I like most of the Thine Self if they didn't have all that stupid shit with what's her name. So we've had worse weeks, but we never had. We haven't had worse weeks because we haven't had an episode. We have a bunch of clunkers sometimes, but have we ever had 2 episodes that bad on the same show?
Yeah. Well, at least that was foreshadowing. It was foreshadowing Troy crashing the Enterprise in Generations. I guess they had to give her that command position so she could crash the ship, right?
Well, the most important thing here to remember is Enigmatic Drop Bear was saying it, and it's so true. The audience senses when the writer's room is out of gas, when they have nothing left in the tank and nothing to offer. And Enigmatic Drop Bear said that, I think, when we were reviewing our second episode tonight. And you can tell, like, we feel it, we know when it's shite.
It's just so bad. Yeah. Well, I did get some good books in this week. So if I could show those, it'll just take a couple seconds.
Are they Star Trek related?
So of course it's Star Trek. Yeah. So
we have some some extra bonus show and tell, everyone. Then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, this is real quick, but I got Star
Trek
by AC Crispin. Yep. So I was buying some books.
No cover.
So no cover, but they're $2 books. So
and of course
the jacket's gone.
Mzadi, Peter David, but this has great reviews.
That was actually good. He wrote some good. That was a good book.
Yes, everyone loves that book, so I got this. Yep. And
David can write some Star Trek now.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, they had gas.
And well, the reason the
There you go,
seller
decent
had
price,
like
Anna.
buy 2 get 1 free, so I wanted to read this to compare it to what we didn't want
Right.
to see on TV. So I picked that one up. And then
I can't remember if I bought that one. That one came out.
I didn't find it anywhere, and I grabbed.
I remember that. I bought
grab
that
this
when it came
one.
out. Look at Sulu look weird with that long hair and the beard and then the
Yeah.
mustache.
Oh, he looks Bizarro World.
Yeah,
I thought
Yeah.
that when I bought the book. Lana McIntyre didn't really like her books as much.
but that one got good reviews. So there's a few books I was missing in the Prime Directive,
That's
which
newer. I think newer.
that-
isn't it?
yep.
Hey, remember
Relatively.
last week when Naren
Yeah, I think that's
Shankar
another one.
called the Prime Directive total gutlessness?
Yeah, that's why I grabbed that. Yeah, and this is going to be in the box of Canada. So this
What?
is I bought an extra. Oh, yes, it was $3, Raquel. It's not like it's big stuff, but
I had
This
the
is my
blue one. That's the second.
the blue
later one. Yeah.
yeah. So this was like my Star Trek Bible growing up as a kid.
Zachariah, hey,
So this was the
hey,
good.
Zachariah.
Hey,
Oh my
Zachary.
gosh, thank you so much.
So this is
Mark.
the compendium that when we're watching.
You have
the
those other
episodes
books
and-
that are going there.
Yeah, I'm putting those all together now, and maybe some stuff from the
you have
3D
those to
printer.
show her now and drive
I
her
did get
crazy?
that. Oh, I do. If you want to, I'll run grab
You want
those.
to see the
yeah,
ones
think-
I sent you?
Yeah, I'll grab those too. Yep. So, but
I'm
this book,
so
is just so.
Dude,
I
I
mean, this is
remember
only-
where I was when I bought that book in 1980.
Yeah, which is. I was so happy to get a copy.
B.
of this,
Dalton
yeah.
books. I bought the blue. Mine's has a blue cover.
The
but
blue one. Yeah.
that's Alan Asherman.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wanna,
Star Trek
I
Compendium.
wanna have the same voice as the Minions right now, so I can go, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah.
Yeah. So this book was where it was at. I think if back in the 90s,
Gorge!
80s, yeah, if you're a Trek fan. Now there's some mistakes in it, that we found,
But it's a
later.
classic book to have.
But it's a classic. You got to have.
See, this was
book.
this was the one they did 3 years after the one I got, so they could put Wrath of Khan in there.
Yeah.
And they had to add Khan. One I got was before it came out.
Yes, there's a bunch of editions. Yeah, but the nice thing is it's tough to read, but from the screen. But what they did, for each episode, like they've got Taste of Armageddon, and then they give you a synopsis of the episode in the corner there.
Up, man, I just couldn't stop
Yeah.
reading it.
So you just you read it and you memorized everying. So like
I wish your age books were called books. Sorry.
yeah. So like on Free Enterprise when he's he's breaking up with his girlfriend and she names the episode and he's like Requiem for a Martian. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna say it. He just can't resist saying he's gonna dig himself a deeper hole. Requiem for a Martian, Methuselah. Yep. So so let me grab those other books. But I thought that would cleanse the palate a little bit. I'll be right back.
Looking at some real Trek there. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Noah.
poor Eric K. We're gonna have to send him money for batteries because I bet you he's just his mouse has been working overtime just getting rid of taking out the trash here tonight. I cannot believe how bad the bots are.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Eric. By the way, and everyone else who's helped with that. I appreciate
Yeah,
it so
everyone
much.
who's working hard in the chat to keep these freaks at bay. We love you.
Look, those bots probably just like to hear Star Trek reviews. Let's not judge them. And they probably thought, "Wow, this Sub Rosa's so stupid and masked so bad. Let's let's go over there and give those guys some cheer them up a little bit. Let's see if we hang out." But no, everybody's mean to us because we're sex bot thingies. Oh, my good Lord. Okay.
Max Redstone says,
more
"Okay,
presents.
kiddos, I'm crashing out. Love, love, love to
Take
all
it easy, buddy.
of you, or of
Thank you,
war,
Max.
and or of wa. Good night,
Or
Max.
Reservoir.
Mwah.
Take it easy, buddy.
Take care, Max. Thanks for those limericks. Yep.
That's on the way to you from me.
Oh my!
We're going to
God.
review this. The three of us are going to review this comic.
Yeah,
This is
it's
a great
good one. It's a goodie.
Oh, it's a gooder. It's a gooder.
gooder.
I sent Mark a copy because they were cheap. It was like a
Oh, you
find like
guys
a million
spoil
copies.
me. I don't even know how I can ever thank you for this stuff. This is crazy, you guys.
Look at
This
this
is great.
splash.
Oh yeah, Adam Hughes' art, some of the best Trek art,
Gorgeous,
art on
yeah.
Trek you're ever going to see.
Gorgeous.
It just happened to open up to that page. But
I'm gonna read
Great
a
art.
comic. I'm gonna read a comic.
It's really good. I mean, we'll see what you think of the story, but it does.
I love the yeah.
It's a Kirk story. It's great though.
But the art is really well
That's
done.
considered by many the best Star Trek comic ever made. It is pretty amazing.
I am so excited.
So that's gonna be a
Short
good one.
Other ones. So I'm just surprised. Did they get messed up at all?
No, they're good.
I packed
Good
them
shape.
okay.
You packed them good. Yeah, you packed them good. You
Oh,
transported
everyone,
them well.
Wolfie
Yep.
has
Spoiler,
to
huh?
take off. He's
Take care,
he's
All right,
being-
Wolfie, take it easy. And look what I got. This I found this one for you about
Look
good
at
while back
this.
now.
This is a beauty.
Oh my god!
Well, hold the cover more. Yep, yeah.
Oh my god!
beautiful.
Do you know
can't
how
believe this.
long I've been looking for this book on
I
eBay?
can't believe how cheap I found it. Where I found it was
Oh
unreal.
my god! Clubby.
$2. $2.
Not quite that, but
I know. I'm joking.
Oh
It's
my
a gorgeous
god!
book. It's a gorgeous book. Yep. You're
You
gonna love it,
guys-
Raquel.
Oh, you guys! I'm so
I've got
excited.
the
Oh, this is
black and white
clobbering
one,
time.
but that's the color one.
Yeah.
What?
This
Well,
is all
you know,
clobbering
Bobby,
times, not
I
me.
saw that and I said, my Raquel has to have this.
Clubby, I love you. Thank you. I love you so much. I'm so excited. You're gonna make me cry on air.
Well,
Susie
all you do here,
Claxton
you
is in
kidding
here. Yeah. Yeah.
now the other one that took some finding, but we found that one night.
I've got that.
Yeah,
I know
I
you
want
do.
that. There they are again, the sex bots. They love us.
Yeah. It's just such a nice book with all the. Of course, the kudas have been driving me crazy on Twitter. I should just not follow them on Twitter
I
anymore. But
unfollowed
they did some
them.
great. They did some great work with their.
I actually
the Star
highlighted
Trek
one on the
stuff
show.
is
Now I'm
nice,
going to
yeah.
cut that out of the show. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to cut it out because I'll lose the chat, won't I?
Yes, you will. Yep.
Shit. I was clicking on something else and I hit on it. I guess it isn't going to matter, is it?
No, it won't matter. No, it won't
I'm
matter.
reporting these
Fuck.
SOBs.
God damn
It
it.
won't matter. Well, we can white it out
Cannot-
after.
I cannot
use
believe
some-
how quickly Eric gets these things.
We can use whiteout on it after.
Use
If
whiteout
anyone knows
on
what-
those two names on there.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Show her the other one. And then we're gonna say our goodbye. So we'll start.
I know. This book is so
So beautiful. I could just gaze at that all night.
And then there's
Oh my god!
I knew you'd like that. That's coming up so soon.
Yep.
Oh my god!
You need it
this
before
is the
you-
book we're going to be reading from for DS9.
Yeah, I
Got
gotta
it.
get this to you soon. Yeah.
This book is so expensive in Canada. It's
This is a
not
very
cheap in the
expensive book.
United States either. Clubby,
for
sweetheart,
you.
thank you.
I don't know why this book is so expensive. I mean, it's of all the Star Trek books, this one maybe was a low
It's
print.
It's a good
one, I
shape.
don't know.
Though. The good thing, both of them
It's
are
a nice
really
shape.
good shape.
Yeah, it's a
So,
nice shape. Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys, thank you so much. Clubby, I love you. Thank you so much. I'm
Not
going to
a
be
problem.
reading from that gorgeous book for DS9.
Yee. There you go.
You guys,
book.
I don't even know how to thank you. The next chapter in our Star Trek journey is going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I think we'll have more fun. We'll have better episodes, I think.
Did you sign that book from you, Clubby?
Well, sign it. Well, I didn't write it.
I know, but I just wish you would have signed it to
Oh.
Raquel.
My goodness, it's.
I do that for
I-
friends sometimes. When I give them books, I sign it.
I-
never heard
Happy
of that.
birthday or something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that way, years later,
didn't
when I
write the
become
damn thing.
famous, it'll be worth a lot more.
Well, I'm never gonna be famous, so you're fine
Well,
there.
for me, I just want to open it up and see his handwriting and see
Aw,
to
yeah.
Raquel love Clubby.
wanna
and
see
then
my
I'm like,
handwriting.
"Aw."
You don't want to see
That
my
is
graphic
so.
handwriting.
This book is so exciting. It is the most sought after book for what we're doing on our show, which is this this super nerdy, super geeky, take it all apart, know everything about all of the episodes, how they came together. All of the information is verified. This is sensational. This book is so much money. I cannot even believe how much that book is. I have seen that book on sale for over $400 American.
It's craziness.
It's nuts. Yeah.
Show notes, folks, and then we're going to say our goodbyes and get out of here. We've been here for a good while, but actually, it's been so much fun. Actually, made pretty good time. Actually,
Good time. Yeah.
first of all, again, everyone, don't forget that today, well, yesterday now, in some places, what's up? All right, you're enigmatic dry bear. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you.
Love you, Enigmatic Drop Bear. Thank you so much for everything tonight. You were sensational as usual. I love your company. Thank you so much for all the effort you put into your comments, creating this intelligent and engaging conversation. I love you. Mwah!
So, indeed, thank you, buddy. 40 years today. Well, now again, like I said, yesterday for some of us, actually for Raquel, still today. For us, it's now yesterday.
Well, for me, it was 40 years and 2 days because I got to see that movie a day early and meet Leonard Nimoy. Fired, yes.
We've lost Mark from the show, folks. I don't know what happened to him.
I can't believe it was 40 years ago. I remember my dad showing up at Little League practice and whisking me away to go see that movie and changing in the car. And my dad was like, I have to go see this crap. This is crap. I have to see this crap.
Okay, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, buddy. He says, Clobby's handwriting may be bad, but he can pound out words on a stone tablet like no one else. Well, I am. That's because I have orange rock hands, right?
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love you so much. And Eric K, thank you so much for all of your support in every way, for helping us to produce this show, for keeping this community safe,
thank you, buddy.
And for also keeping the lights on in Clobby's virtual comic book shop. I love you very much, Eric. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
All right, everybody. Also, a Monday night Moxie Comics Talk. The wonderful Purple Valkyrie will be joining me for some open comics talking stuff. We love Purple. It will be a lot of fun. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. My Comic-Con panel has moved to Thursday night, June the 30th, 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern. That's 10. I mean, that's 8 to me. 8 Central, but 9 Eastern. And again, with the great 80s Chasing Toys with Jeff Barker's going to be there, and Endless Bullets, Matt Swafford, and of course the great Michael French of Retro Blasting joining me. That is what's going on there. And let's say our goodbyes. And let me see here. See what we got.
Can we catch him before he goes? Can we please cross JT Kirk off the list? Because JT has to leave right away. And I just want to say thank you, JT Kirk, for supporting this show, for supporting this channel, for being such a good friend to us, and for going out of your way to support my work. I really love you. I really appreciate you very much. You're just such an outstanding guy. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. And have a good night and have a good weekend.
JT Kirk, thank you so much. Enigmatic Drop Bear, thank you so much. The Comic Relief Crusader was here. Thank you, buddy.
Good night.
The wonderful Felicianos are already gone, but hail to them. Shout out to them. Let's see here. The great Lord Thoth was here tonight. I think he had to run, but hail to LT on that vacation and Mrs. Thoth. So he did have to run, but
our chief of security was here.
He was. The great Eric K. Bronze Richard again. Thank you, buddy, so much.
Jeez, like tonight, you really worked your tail off. I love you.
Thank you, man. Wagner, thank you for being here tonight.
Wagner.
Let's see. Steve Mitchum, Maddie's daddy brother. Thank you for being here, bud.
Thor in Viva Lost Wages.
Tim, the Enchanter, had to run, but thank you for being here tonight for the first time there. The great J-Man had to run also, but J-Man, appreciate you, buddy. Phantom Outsider, Fanty, thank you for being here.
Good night.
Gonna call him Scooby
Pete. And Leslie and the whole family. I love you guys.
Indeed. Pop Culture Curator, thank you for being here tonight.
Good night.
Cal L. Buddy, thank you so much.
The real soup.
Indeed. D-Bud, I believe, had to run. But thanks to the great D-Bud Martin. Zathras, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Crap.
J25, thank you so much. La Catman, a.k.a. D.D. Myers, thank you.
And his cutie patootie wife.
Indeedishness. The great hungry boy. Buddy, thank you. As always, we always love having you here. Really appreciate you, man. You rock. I think he had to run, but the great master of limits, Max Redstone, thank you.
He did. Night, Max.
Brandon, the anime guy, thank you so much for being here.
Night, Brandon.
There that and that's Amanda Bear. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
Good night, Narat.
Parrothead popped in earlier. The great Parrothead. Thank you so much.
Hey, Parrothead.
Pleasant Valley Picker. Thank you for being here.
BC.
Tyrell72. Tyrell, thank you so much for being here. It's great to have you.
Thank you for joining us, Tyrell. See you next week.
JD Lewis, I believe, had to run, but hail JD. And, of course, Apollomaze, Minion, and
the pepperoni, the
Yay.
truck dog, the official pupper of Saturday Night Star Trek.
I believe Linrod had to leave, but for a first-time visitor, thank you so much, Linrod, for being here tonight.
Good to have you.
I know he had to run, but we always acknowledge one of our greatest friends as well, the great Chris Persia. Thank you so much. Buddy,
Good night, honey.
Appreciate you. Dad Man Walking popped in earlier. Don't know if he's still here, but hail to our great buddy Dad Man.
Dead Man Clan.
That man.
Oh,
did we show the socks?
yes.
Do we have permission to?
We didn't
we did
show
last
the
week.
picture, but I didn't get permission.
Oh, so we'll get checked
Oh,
first.
I thought
next
we did.
week.
That's right.
I can't
I saw him.
remember.
We don't want. Yeah, I don't want to show that. Mazerus.
Maze.
Thank you so much, Mazerus. Wolfie had to run, I think, but
Oh,
Just Joe, Jobber buddy. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing great. Man. Mega Cropper, thank you as always for being here. Appreciate you.
Good night.
The great TMF stopped in to talk to Manclue. Not feeling well, so feel better, TMF. Thank
Yes,
you, buddy.
and thank you for your generous gift to Clobby.
Yes, thank
I
you
think
so
you're
much.
amazing, and let your wife know that I said hello. I think I already said that earlier, but
Thank you, TMF.
I can never say it too many times. Love you, TMF. See you
Appreciate
later,
it.
sweetheart. Mwah.
Shooter 8223, the shooter there, 8323. Sorry.
Night, shooter.
Nerdporial Lifeform stopped in for a bit. Good to see you. Thank you.
Night, nerd.
Snail Messiah.
Good night, Snail.
Tim's Talk popped in. Thank you.
Night, Tim.
Keely Chow Roll Tard.
You tired.
Pop Culture Republic. Ale. Thank you.
Pop.
Captain James T. Skywalker. Thank you.
Yay.
Minimus. Go away.
Minimus.
Just kidding. Maybe. Zax. You Hulk villain. You. Thank you.
Zax.
The great Rod Thunderheart.
Yeah.
And lastly, but not, I think I missed one here. So Dave G. Sound was here. Thank you, Dave G. Sound.
He was,
He's
and
still here.
Great
still here, yep.
participation
Nice,
tonight.
Dave.
So many good comments.
I actually appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm blind. I'm going to look at these pages in the dark, and I miss stuff sometimes. And the good old Zacharot was here. So thank you, Zacharot. And I think that's all I got. I hope I did not miss anyone. Zacharot, thank you for being here. And thank you all so much for being here with us tonight.
And Michael Beacom.
Michael Beacom, that's right.
And Michael Beacom, his girlfriend or wife, I'm not sure which it is, but Michael Beacom's lady, she comes here with him, but she doesn't participate in the chat. So
Right.
I just want to say hello to Michael Beacom. Good night to Michael Beacom and
Thank you, Michael
to his
Beacom.
beautiful lady.
Appreciate you and the missus and the lady. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. It's time to play us out with these with our amazing outro that, of course, provided by us by our wonderful first officer and with help to get it here from our great science chief engineer. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot.
Yeah.
See, I'm glad.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I just want to mention Sunday Night Geekery. Everyone knows, but we'll be on 10 p.m. Eastern. Oh, no, it's all good. And then did we want to do a watch party for Sub Rosa and Mask back to back after? No, just kidding. Don't eject me.
You are evil
I hope you
genius.
have fun. I hope you
It
enjoy
was
it.
nice knowing me.
But yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Yes, please, everyone, go
it's
to
okay,
Mark's
yeah.
channel, and of course he has some videos up. What videos you got going on about that?
Well, just did a couple of new videos on pigs in space, and actually with the 40th anniversary of Con, I got to do a special show on Con and show my memorabilia and
There you
tell
go.
some
Do it.
stories
Do
of
it,
that.
do it.
Yeah,
Do a
so I'll
video.
have to do a show this week on that one. Yeah.
Pigs in space.
Yeah,
Do that.
that's- Yeah, so
And
that's always a good idea. So
Sunday night geekery.
Sunday Night Geekery, so 10 p.m. Eastern. The Rangers game is 3 p.m. tomorrow, so I'm going to a car show tomorrow. So maybe I'll show if you're like cars and motorcycles. I'll show a bunch of pictures from that tomorrow night too. So
That sounds fun.
yeah,
Cool.
So
Cool.
that should be fun. Yep. So
And I'm-
appreciate it.
And I might be on with Doomcock Sunday night, tomorrow night as well.
Oh, nice. That'll be great.
But I
Yep.
don't know. I think I'll be on.
Well, everyone watch both then.
Yeah, but I'll still try to get to yours.
Yep,
So anyway, sorry about that. I always forget. You got to remind me. about
No,
shit
it's
like that.
okay. That's okay. Yep, all
Anyway,
good. All good.
Before we play out our wonderful end credits, please enjoy these important messages, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you so much. Keep on trekking and clobber on, clobberers. Take care, my friends. We forgot one thing, folks. We'll play our as soon as I read this poll, we will play the end credits. And I had to refresh it because it's unless someone else can see it.
Oh, I can see it. Yep.
Yeah, but is it refreshed to because you have to since I'm only using one screen. Once you go from to another screen, not another screen. When you go to another tab, it's YouTube freezes up on you and goes backwards.
Okay.
For me. Okay, here we go. All right, I got it now. Our poll. Wow. 24 votes. Masks at 71% for the worst. And poor old Sub Rosa left in the dust at 29%. But we all know Eric K voted 15 times for Sub Rosa. So thank you all so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Clobberin, clobberers.
For you, Mr. Worf, I would love to explore Klingon memories.
Klingons do not allow themselves to be probed.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Crap, 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 crap.